Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us for our D20 GM live play. This is the first in what is going to be a series of live plays with a bunch of us D20 Cruise game masters. Um, and this is to give you a little bit of a sample of like how we play our games, how we run our games, how we play our characters, and hopefully whet your appetite for 2027's D20 Cruise sailing. My name is Jay Africa. I am GMJ. And I am going to be running this game of Dungeons and Dragons for today's kickoff session. Um, let's see. Let's go ahead and pass it on to Matters, if you don't mind. Introduce yourself, introduce your character. Tell us a little bit about who you're playing today.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yep, GM Matters. I am playing Ilmir. Ilmir is a wood elf elemental monk. Yeah, he wound up on the Titanic dragon turtle. He was on a ship to Evermeet when the ship was attacked by a kraken, and most of his people were lost, and he lost ashore on the dragon turtle, and has been using his druid craft to be a helpful weatherman on the turtle. But he's not the most charismatic guy, and he rarely speaks common. Particularly likes to speak in elf most of the time, but help people out by using his druid craft.
All right, fantastic. And let's see, let's from where you are on stream, let's go clockwise from there. Rachel, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rachel. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Kiri Oakshadow. She is a high elf barbarian. She is a guide. So she is she is a follower of endless battle, and she has come here because she ran out of things to fight that were interesting. So she came here to fight more things. She is very composed, very much looks like what you would expect a, very typical high elf to look like until she's very much not composed and pulls out her weapons and starts wrecking things. There's like no in between. It's 0 to 60. And her extra thing that she has up her sleeve is that as an elf and as a guide, she does have a couple spells she can cast despite being a barbarian. So, yeah.
Ooh, awesome. Looking forward to seeing how that all plays out and what you get into aboard this, aboard the
Absolutely.
setting that we're playing. Zach, tell us about your character.
Hello, I am Zach, he, him. I am playing Gingli. He is a satyr bard, and he's a bit of a metalhead. So he's in full, basically death metal attire, rocking he's got a shredder on him. You never know when you got to whip out a song. He just finished a world tour, no big deal. But, he's just trying to find some things to do before the next tour inevitably starts. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Let's see. And as we kind of, again, go into the setting, as we launch into it, you'll find that there are probably plenty of opportunities for you to do the thing you do. Last but not least, Way, let's hear about you.
All right. I'm playing Sprig. He is a little tiny gnome, but like little gnome. He's like 2 feet tall. Druid, but he spent way too much time in all of his wild shape forms, so he forgets that he actually is a gnome most of the time. He thinks he is a squirrel. He is a cartographer. He runs around. He's on the turtle because there was a new mountain that he hadn't never seen before. And he was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. And then when he ran up and started doing that, it just left. And now he's stuck here.
That's awesome. So you kind of saw like the turtle's back and ran on over, thought it was like, oh, that's great. I love that. You know what? Take a point of inspiration for sort of stumbling upon the adventure setting.
Here we are. All right, great.
Fantastic. Okay, one last little thing. Safety tools are in effect. Content warning, fantasy violence. This is D&D, and so there will be, fantasy creatures beating up on fantasy people. let's see. The X card is in effect. So as we're playing through, if a topic gets too distressing or too sensitive, or maybe a little too, hits a little too close to home, please feel free to either ping me on chat or place your hands in front of you like an X. We will work together to figure out what that distressing topic was, make some new choices, and then move forward. No questions asked. So in that case, is everybody ready for this? Awesome. Awesome. So we are playing in the Forgotten Realms, one of Dungeons and Dragons' most storied settings. You have all found yourself aboard the Grand Agretanui. And Agretanui is this massive ancient dragon turtle who was kind of discovered doing this migratory pattern by a series of monks. And these monks built what started out as a little temple on the back of this dragon turtle. And eventually, they started taking in more and more people. And this temple grew into what is essentially a town built on the back of this giant seafaring creature. Um, the day is bright. It is, I'm going to say, sort of the tail end of summer. And Agretanui has been migrating from the northernmost portion of the Sword Coast down into the Shining Sea. So, not quite up by where Ten Towns is, the frozen north where Ten Towns is, but sort of south where Luskin and Neverwinter and Waterdeep are. You start the turtle starts up there and starts kind of migrating south towards the warm waters of the Shining Sea, where Kalimshan and those kingdoms are, going past the Chultan Peninsula, and then after spending some time up there, it migrates up north again. Sometimes it'll change its course and migrate to other portions. But it reliably does transport folks from the Sword Coast down to, the deserts of Kalimshan. And at this point, it is right by Neverwinter. And this is where you found yourselves on this dragon turtle. Let's go around the table and just talk about, I know some of you have mentioned why you found yourselves there. Matters, you've mentioned that Ilmir was kind of shipwrecked and then found themselves on the dragon turtle. Way Sprig has just kind of stumbled upon thinking that the dragon turtle has been this gigantic mountain. Let's see. Zach and Carrie, you've kind of come in here in between various adventures, but it is a bright kind of like end of summer day, and you're on the promenade deck. The promenade deck is probably one of the most visited and one of the busiest portions of Agretanui, and there are a number of uh, distractions and activities that you can participate in. You can enjoy a fancy drink there. You can go into one of the establishments and get a spa treatment. If you are into shopping, you can shop for stuff and like haggle with the merchants there. There are a number of people that are gathered around what looks like a busker who is just performing a song in the middle of the crowd. And you can just, if you're easy, if you're eager for just some R&R, you can just settle down and watch a performer. There are some people doing acrobatics, juggling. Some folks have got an aerial rig, and so they've got a hoop hung from a beam, and they're performing on that. And then again, there are musicians kind of all around. Let's go around the table and figure out like what you're doing, where you find yourself in this bright day. Do we have a volunteer? Who wants to start us off? Zach.
Yeah, so I'm walking around very confused because a lot of people trying to steal my spotlight. My manager told me to come set up here. It was heavily implied I'd be the only person here, and that is not the case. So trying to find a spot that has enough space between where no one's amateur hour won't hurt the main event. It's hard. I've been struggling trying to find a place. So that's kind of what I'm doing currently, is just walking around being like, oh, this is not 25 feet away. This is 23 feet. I can't accept this. So it's, you'll see basically a decently tall satyr in basically full goth garb walking around grumpily muttering to himself.
Sure. Now, you can tell you what, let's actually get the dice rolling started here. Please make me a wisdom survival check as you use, as you kind of like survey the area and track things, track a place where you might be able to find something.
Well, I got a 5
A
plus
5.
0, so I got a 5.
Okay, all right.
Maybe not my best.
It is a tough morning right now here on the promenade deck. There are an extra number of performers kind of out. There are several musicians that you feel like you're going to be competing with. The question is, are you up for trying to compete with these folks, or maybe changing your plans, pivoting a little bit, and doing something else on the deck?
Well, I think changing my plans does involve competing, because I was going to be it was going to be just a treat for everyone, but now I gotta scare some people out so I can get some more space.
Okay, all right, absolutely.
I'm going for 110% off the bat.
Fantastic. Tell you what, I'm going to actually give you the choice. What skill check do you want to make? Now, performance is kind of the obvious choice. If you want to do something else like intimidation or persuasion to kind of play the crowd, you're more than welcome to do that. What's the plan?
I'm going to do persuasion. It's the same as my performance.
Okay.
I'm trying to nicely persuade these people to go find somewhere else to play. And it might. I'm not very intimidating, but it might turn into intimidation at some point.
Awesome, fantastic. Let's make that persuasion check, that charisma persuasion check.
Hey, that's a lot better. 26.
A 26. Okay. You said you carry an instrument, right? Like a shredder, I think is what you call it.
It's a electric guitar.
Fantastic. Describe this electric guitar that you're carrying around.
So, long. I'm not good with the terms here.
Oh, good.
So, there, and then it's got like horns and spikes coming out of the base of it, and there's a magical, gem in the back that's kind of embedded in a little bit that is basically the speaker. Fantastic. So I don't have to carry around a big speaker with me. It'll play from there, but with a little bit of magic, I can send the sound waves out a little bit further. Maybe a little bit of. Let's see here. What's going on here? Okay, I don't have that. But a little minor illusion. So
okay.
some aura might be coming off, or flames, or whatever I need. Try to read the crowd. Whatever I think will get the most.
That's fantastic. Wow. You know what? For your metal instrument, bardic instrument, please take a point of inspiration. You pull this thing out and you start tuning, right? There's a musician kind of in a prime spot that's playing the lute, and when they see you pull your instrument out, their song kind of trails off, and they realize that maybe they're not quite up to your level of performance, and because you used persuasion, I'm going to say that this musician, it's not like they're scared off or anything like that, but then they kind of realize that maybe if they just sit and watch, they might learn a thing or two from you. And so they put their lute away. The crowd kind of hushes around you as you pull your fantastical instrument out. And the next thing you know, you've got an audience watching you. I'm not even going to have you roll for this one because you rolled so high the last time, but you start your act and the audience is enthralled. You've kind of found a place for yourself here. And you notice actually that you're outside like one of the establishments on the promenade deck, like one of the entertainments in the promenade deck. I'm going to say it's maybe it's like a food stall, and you see the person who runs this place kind of eyeing you like, okay, this is good for business. Maybe we can work something out between the two of us that would be mutually beneficial as we sail. We'll handle that in a little bit. We'll see how that plays out in a little bit. Who's next?
Sure, I'll go.
Sure, yeah. What are you up to?
So Kiri is trying to find a place where she has at least a little bit of room to move, to kind of do like some Tai Chi kind of exercises. You got to keep those joints moving, even though we're on this weird city thing and there's nobody for me to, hit right now.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. It is pretty crowded. I'm going to leave this up to you too. Do you want to just start doing your thing and hope that the crowd kind of clears out around you? Do you want to sort of
Well, obviously
bargain
they
with the
will
crowd a
because
little bit?
I'm very impressive. So obviously if I just start doing my thing, people will get out of my way.
Okay. All right.
Zero
Again,
doubt.
let's. I'm gonna leave it up to you what skill you're gonna want to use. That's awesome. I love it. Athletics would probably be like my first choice here, but what have you got?
Yeah, I think athletics is what we want to go for.
Fantastic, fantastic. Let's make that strength athletics check.
All right. So that is going to be a 21.
Oh my lord. Okay. All right. Starting off the roll
Good. I'm good. All
strong.
right.
Yeah. Uh, your presence just dominates like the portion that you choose. Where do you want to where do you want to be? Do you want to be in kind of one of the little seating areas, like a little square? Do you want to be towards the side of the promenade
Probably
that's
like
closest to the
toward
water?
Yeah, probably like toward the side because like she was gonna like gaze out at the like nice ocean views. Like just assumes that everyone will get out of her way anyway, so she's not like this isn't for their benefit. So yeah, somewhere like near the railing. So like she is aware that they're all stopping and staring because I mean, why wouldn't they? Um, but yeah, somewhere near the railing.
Sure.
Just trying to find like would have been trying to find a peaceful place to do this before everybody started, paying attention to me.
Sounds good. That's awesome. You find yourself a spot like right by the main taffrail. There is the view of the Sea of Swords behind you, sprays of mist kind of hitting the sides of the turtle as you start going about your exercises and your forms. The city of Neverwinter itself beginning to fade away in the background as the dragon turtle starts to swim south. And it is an impressive picture, which stops the crowds. And uh, before you know it, people are kind of just settling down in chairs around you and watching you do your thing. You actually see some folks who are of if we were in a modern day setting, they'd be dressed in the yoga pants and they'd have the Lululemon wear, and they start watching you and kind of mimicking the things that you're doing. Like maybe you're one of maybe you're one of the sort of the recreational instructors here, and this is a thing that they could be doing. They're getting in on it.
So she is actually
Yeah,
from the north. It would be a beautiful postcard. So, yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome. You know what? I'm gonna. There's a scholar who looks like maybe they're Neverwintian, and they pull out a little sketchbook and they kind of just take a seat beside you. They pull out a little easel, slap the sketchbook on there, and they start sketching the scene. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. Matters. Way between the two of you. What are you two up to? Matters. Oops. I think we're frozen on Matters' part.
Yeah. Ilmir's been there the whole time. He is also.
Oh. Everything all right here? You know what? We may have hit a technical snag. Real quick, Wade, can you hear me?
If he comes,
Are you guys?
good.
You know what matters? I think we lost you for a little bit. Oh, hello, Matters. Can you hear us? Okay, 1 second here. Okay, all right. One moment, folks. Oh, there we go. Matters, looks like we've got you back. We see your video. Could we get an audio check from you? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, you guys got me back.
Yeah, I think we got you back.
Yeah, something going on with my internet. I'm on the third floor. My router's downstairs. If it continues, I'll just have to try and move my move my setup downstairs. Maybe it'll make it better.
Oh, good. No worries. No worries.
You guys hear?
Let's see. Yeah. Do you want to continue on with Ilmir's onboard activities?
Yeah. So Ilmir's been there the whole time. He is one of the buskers on the street. He's a terrible busker. He is really uncharismatic. He tries to do things with his elementalism to entertain people. Maybe gets like 2 or 3 people watching. They've all seen it before. He's, been on the turtle for a while. He also does some martial arts or like breakdance work to try and catch a crowd. But again, just like by himself, he doesn't really catch so many folks. So he sees Sprig and Rachel, what's your character's name again?
Kiri Oakshadow.
Kiri. So yeah, he sees Sprig and Kiri, starting to gain interest and doing well, and they're new here, and he's been around, so he just kind of gives up on his little performance, what he was doing, and goes along. I think he goes to Sprig first and adds a little air to when he plays a heavy chord, he uses elementalism to create this extra effect of the breeze blowing into
Gingly?
people. Yeah, for Gingly. So he's help me out Gingly.
I hand you a silver piece as you're walking by.
Oh, nice. So yeah, maybe you think you see a smile, but it's a very it's almost like he doesn't quite know how to smile, kind of, as he catches the piece and kind of awkwardly walks past, and then I think for Kiri, so you're doing some of your exercise.
Yeah, some Tai Chi stuff, she's going through her forms and everything.
Cool. So I'm going to create this kind of cool mist in the air, and just kind of stand there and watch with my arms crossed like this, and watch your moves to see what your abilities are, kind of sizing you up.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. And so, Gingly and Kiri, you notice that there is somebody else who is of adventuring stock. Like everyone else on this, on the Dragon Turtle, they're commoners. They're not, seasoned adventurers like you folks are. But you do notice each other, and you do notice that oh, okay, all right, these are folks that can probably stand toe to toe with a challenge if we need to face something. Matters, I'm not even going to make you roll for that. That's awesome that you're bringing your other, that you're interacting with the other characters, you're bringing them up. Take a point of inspiration for that. And Wei, what is Sprig up to?
So, luckily for me, she made a nice little scene and people moved away from this. So now there's this little area, and you see this little squirrel kind of run up and gather some of to the side. So there's still people there, but I have now taken a small portion of your area where you're doing this Tai Chi, and he starts putting out little papers and looking at them, and it's if you were to watch, it looks like a squirrel is walking in his own sketches to get an idea of where things are, and then he can't really see it all, so then he just changes into his I'm going to change into my actual gnome form, and I'm sitting down in the middle of all these papers looking around, and I look up at one guy, and then I look over and kind of see everything going on, and then as all the mist comes over, I'm in my head, I'm oh no, the turtle is going under the water or something. So I start quickly pulling all my paper back together, and I will just kind of sit there, and then I'm like, and then like you said, we noticed that there are other adventurers, and I haven't seen anybody else of quality doing anything other than these people that I would try and sell maps to, and so I would just kind of stop and watch, and then kind of turn to one guy and be like, "Well, damn, she's pretty good."
You notice that the person that you turn to is like looking at the papers that you've laid out, and you're trying to gather up at this point. What kind of maps and stuff do you have at present, just out of curiosity?
They're mostly drawings of like the edge of the turtle and anywhere that I could get to. Like, so I'm trying to figure out the whole outline of it and like what is near the outer edges of the city and stuff like that. But like, there are a bunch of places I'm not allowed to go yet because they keep shooing me away, and I can't get inside any buildings because I'm a squirrel. So it's been
Kiri also notes, he kind of makes eye contact and sees that you have many maps laid out, and just kind of gives you a little nod as she notices that you have many, many maps. This seems to have caught her attention, but she doesn't
Nice.
stop her,
give you the whole thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm busy. I got to finish my routine first. It's just kind
Yeah.
of a little, nod of acknowledgement.
Little acknowledgement there. That's awesome. That's cool. Wait, you notice that somebody points to one of the drawings of the turtle that you've made and says, "Oh, how much for that?"
It's not like done yet though, but like, I mean, what you got, like 4 or 5 silver in your pocket? Yeah, no, it smells like 4 or 5 silver, or yeah. Mhm.
The person looks at you and they're like, "Well, if it's not done yet, I mean, it can't possibly be worth more
Better
than
than the
a
one you
silver
have.
piece, isn't it?" Well, I don't have one actually. That's why I was hoping to.
Oh,
to
good.
make a
So now
purchase.
you have this one for 4 silver.
Make a persuasion check, please. Make a charisma persuasion check.
All right.
Unless you want to do something else to try to squeeze a few more silver pieces out of this person.
No, I got a +0 on persuasion, but
Can I
rolled
try and help? Maybe
Sure.
it's more of a coincidence, but like a hit song that I have that's been on whatever the equivalent of the radio is starting, and maybe they want to come listen to it, so maybe they feel a little rushed or something like that. I guess that's what I could think of. Maybe trying to help. It's very coincidental. I didn't do it on purpose, but I would like to help.
Absolutely. Wei, you can go ahead. So first of all, what skill do you want to use?
Well, I used
let me know how this plays out for you.
persuasion, and
Okay.
I rolled a 17 so far, but I'm down to try it again to see what happens.
You get to do it with advantage. Make that roll.
All right. Where'd it go? So now it's a 19.
Okay, all right, even better. The person looks at you, looks over where Gingley is playing, and your chords are opening. Looks at you again, kind of really scrutinizes that drawing, and then reaches into their coin purse, pulls out 4 silver pieces, and slaps it down on the ground in front of you, and like quickly pulls up the drawing, making eye contact with you first to make sure, like, are we good with this?
Yeah. If I didn't tell you it wasn't done, you wouldn't know. Get out of here.
You see them kind of like, oh, okay, acknowledge that, yes, that's true. They quickly roll it up delicately. They stick it in a scroll case that is hanging by their belt, and then they head out to watch Gingley play. Now, as all of this is kind of happening around you, Wei, Sprigg still has a few more of these maps on the ground that you haven't quite gotten yet because this guy kind of stopped you in the middle of everything. There is this sudden rush of footsteps. A figure, a dwarven figure that looks like they're in the garb of somebody who works here on a Gretanui, like one of the crew members. They come running into the scene. Because the crowd around you, Kiri, has, a crowd has formed and tightened up. And I'm going to say that you're not too far away from where the crowd has formed around Gingley as well. You see this dwarf trying to push their way through, and at first they kind of pop out of the crowd by you, Gingley, and their back like hits your guitar. There's a little discordant clang as you make one, as you hit one chord that's a little off. They turn to you, Gingley, and they quickly apologize, hands in front of them, like saying, "Oh, so sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there." But as they push through the crowd, Kiri, they kind of jam into your space. and they push one of your arms. Just they kind of run into one of your arms. You kind of have to stiffen an arm to stop them from like crashing into you or crashing into the railing. And same thing, they turn to you. You see, there's a worried look on their face that's not just about accidentally bumping into people. And same thing, hands up. Oh, didn't mean to interrupt your relaxation time. Let's see. The dwarf almost trips over Ilmir as he's trying to get away from Kiri's space. And then, poof, there is this spray of papers as his feet kind of, make their way into your space, Sprig. You see him fly into the air and kind of fall keistered first onto the
Can
ground.
I try and like, as he like runs into me and I see that he's about to go mess up all of the maps, can I try and like grab the back of his shirt and stop him before he like
Absolutely.
steps on all of the beautiful maps that I'm very much, admiring from afar?
Yeah, please do. I would say make an unarmed strike against him and try to grapple.
All right. So my unarmed strike. Let's see how that goes. That's a crit fail.
Oh no. Okay. You reach for this dwarf. Yes, hold on. Who's Zach Matters? Did you two have something?
I was just gonna see if I could, make an assist to, help seeing that this failure occurs to step in to assist. But please go on and describe what happens.
No, you're more than happy. Like you see Kiri reaching, and your monk reflexes kick in. So tell you what, we can do it this way. Rachel, let's have you roll that check one more time, or roll that unarmed strike one more time, like you've had advantage on that.
Okay. And so the second one is a 16.
Okay, much better. Your first swipe misses, just brushes up against the dwarf's garb, but Matters Ilmir kind of helps scoop the dwarf forward a little bit, and your second attempt, Kiri, you manage to grab the dwarf's shirt. I'm going to say that your arms are kind of long enough that you hold the dwarf up in the air, so they're leaning back, and you're the only thing that is keeping the dwarf from like falling all over Sprig's maps and such. Sprig, as the dwarf's foot kind of like hits your maps, and Kiri catches them. Some of these papers fly up, but your hands quickly swipe these things from the air. None of them fall overboard. None of them are ruined or anything like that. Kind of working together, you've managed to save this dwarf from doing something, making a worse situation for himself. And as you hold that dwarf up, Kiri, you start hearing some rowdy voices pushing through the crowd. Hey, there he is! Get him! Get him! You sad excuse for a crew member. You're not gonna get away with spilling a drink all over me. And Zach, what have you got?
Because first of all, Gingley was no one bumps into Gingley, okay? Like, so I'm professional. I'm professional. I didn't say anything. I was going to say something later, but I notice, I see some, maybe some people coming up who look a little naughty. So, very good at reading the crowd. So he just screams. I just hear, "Open up the fucking pit!" Which usually when people start moshing. So I'm trying to control the crowd a little bit to get them to maybe make it a little bit, because like it's one of those, I don't know if what's going on, but at the end of the day, Gingley is there to help people, and he can usually tell if someone's in trouble.
That's awesome.
So yeah, because they should not have been anywhere near where he was at. So he was gonna have a conversation about that, but then he kind of put two and two together real quick, and it's like, okay, maybe there's some shenanigans going on here, and I don't, what can I do about it? Quick. Oh, mosh pit. If people smush together, it's gonna be hard to get through.
Absolutely. So the crowd is, it does. The crowd is already pretty riled up after your performance, and you hear this chorus of voices just scream out, yeah, as people start to kind of, arms are flailing. It's like the Tasmanian devil, where it becomes a whirlwind of people, arms kind of popping out, legs stomping around. And sorry, go ahead.
I'll say this is in the middle of his hit song "Rock Hard and Horny."
You're a fawn.
Satyr.
You're a
So
satyr. Yeah,
there's a dance move where people kind of thrash their heads about. So I'm like, I've kind of timed it a little bit to get them to start thrashing their bodies and heads as a satyr would, to see if maybe we can if that helps even a little bit more. But yeah, it's one of those, it couldn't have been timed better, where I'm like, okay, this is great timing. Let me do this, because it's getting towards the end and people start screaming hard as they're thrashing about.
Yeah, heads are kind of butting with one another. Fists are beginning to make contact with other bodies. And you can see, now, this is far, far from your first rodeo. The person that was approaching, they're drunk as all heck. And they're followed by like 3 other, likewise rowdy individuals. They look like they might actually even be mercenaries or bodyguards, but the bodyguards are also, they look like they're pretty drunk. The guy that was yelling, you can see that he's got a big ale stain on the front of his garment, and I mean, he smells like an entire stein was just poured over him. But because you've got the crowd riled up, they're kind of stuck behind, trying to, look over the crowd, trying to make their way over to where, Kiri, you've still got the dwarf held, and you can see like all your heads kind of snap over to where the activity is, and you see the dwarf kind of looking that way with a worried look on his face. The one of the bodyguards kind of gets grabbed by the mosh pit and like swept in, and the next thing you know, there's a little bit of a tussle like happening out where you're performing, Gingly. The dwarf kind of rights themselves and turns to the 3 of you, Ilmir, Sprig, and Kiri.
Oh, well, I have him a little bit off the ground. I haven't put him
sure.
down yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Like they're hanging from your grip, and they turn to you and they say, thank you so much for all of your help. I really, really appreciate that. That was not one happy passenger. You know what? I've got to get somewhere. Can you actually put me down real quick?
Neighbor,
Well, hold your acorns.
It seems like perhaps this happens to you a lot, these sorts of accidents.
The dwarf blushes and kind of nods meekly. And then when you yell out, Sprig, you see their attention snap over to you. And you just hear him kind of say, yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
What is this running around here? If you poured a drink on somebody, you need to apologize.
Oh, I did. Listen, I'd gotten out of bed a little late, and I'm late for my shift over at the Squall Rider Tavern on the Revels deck. And if I don't get there in the next few minutes, it's gonna reflect really, really badly on me. I was just running through the crowd. I accidentally hit this guy. I did apologize. I mean, I told him that I could give him like a meal voucher over at the Squall Rider or something, but they were not having it. I mean, his bodyguards threatened to rough me up something fierce, and I just figured, okay, I just got to get away from these folks. I really appreciate. Gingly, the dwarf turns to you, and you can hear him yelling out over the crowd. I really appreciate this, as he points towards the people who are kind of like running around in a circle. By this time, I'm going to say all 3 of the bodyguards have been dragged in, and they're trying to like make their way out, but the crowd is just keeping them in. And the individual with the big, ale stain is just standing back, like trying to make heads or tails of the situation.
Yeah.
Do any of you have anything else?
Yeah. So Kiri's kind of holding him and says, well, I will accept a meal voucher as an apology for interrupting my morning forms. I will now have to start over at the beginning. I was almost done.
Yeah.
And I believe that you owe one to this fine cartographer here, as well, as you nearly ruined his work.
I'm sorry. I really do apologize. But yes, please, all of you, come to the Squall Rider around lunchtime. My name is Elias Marblehead.
Of course it is.
All right, Elias. She sets him down, like pats him on the shoulders and says, you have perhaps done me a favor. I believe that there is more to do before I get back to my routines. We will see you for lunch.
And just ask for me when you get there. I'm gonna be there pretty much all day. I'll get you drinks and everything. Like I'll throw the drink package in there as well for all of you. And
Acceptable.
he let's see. I'm gonna say he walks over to before leaving the scene before his pursuers get a chance to break away from the crowd. Ilmir, he'll go up to you and he'll say, could you please tell the musician over there that the offer stands for them too?
Ilmir just looks at him and nods his head.
Okay, all right. And he looks at you pleadingly, like, please don't hesitate. You'll have the finest meal that you'll have aboard a Gretna Nui. Don't miss this opportunity. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I promise you. And then he turns to
good
you.
marketing tactic.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
And, at the very least, this is a free meal and a drink package where the drink package might cost you like a gold piece per day or something like that. Sprig, he turns to you and says, I didn't mean to ruin any of your beautiful illustrations here. Please do come and join me.
Just stares at him until he leaves.
Okay, he quickly turns heel and disappears into the crowd. Eventually, the drunken group, they kind of look around, realize that they've lost their quarry, and there's not much that they can do at this point. They find another place to grab more drinks, and they continue their drunken revelry aboard a Gretna Nui as they leave Neverwinter for the first leg of their journey. Things kind of quiet down after that. How do you each want to close this scene out? Like, is there anything you want to do? Anything you want to ask anyone before we move on to the next portion of the story?
Oh, Gingley will, once he finishes, makes a hat just kind of poof and sets it down with a bow. And his head, he's like, "Oh, come on! I left my wallet in Neverwinter. I need to make some money."
The hat, like coins, start like falling into the hat. You see a lot of copper pieces, a lot of silver pieces. Please, let's see. You rolled pretty high in the initial roll that kicked you off here. Let's roll 2d12, please.
Okay. 5 and 8, so 13.
Okay, 13. You get 13 gold pieces worth of coinage. And I'm going to say somebody even tosses like an emerald in there. And that emerald accounts for, let's say, 5 gold pieces worth of what you got.
Okay.
All right. Feel free to add that to your inventory.
If I could, from the back of the crowd.
Sure.
Just because you've been playing here a couple days at least, right? Yeah. I'd imagine.
Oh, I just got here. My manager said, we're just finish up the, 2 big tour, go hang out here for a bit. It's nice. I didn't even know it moves.
Nice.
I just kind of came here and he's keeping it to himself, but he looks out and he's like, Neverwinter's gone. Okay. Let's see what happens. Then. This is not cool.
I'm trying to get at. I'm gonna just as in the background, I'm like, hey, yeah, encore, and just try and get everybody all hyped up to try and see if I can get them some more gold.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Let's do a persuasion or performance check on your part, Way.
Just play Murder Boner next. No, but
play Murder Boner. And
I just said in the chat, that's next album. Nobody should know about that yet. So my lawyers will be reaching out to your people because that's
yeah. Have them talk to the birds. All right. What I'm doing, persuasion check, you said?
Yeah, at advantage. Persuasion or performance, your call.
They're both zeros, but that's fine. Okay, on advantage is a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. We're going to take that nat 20. The crowd wants more. Zach, I'm going to say that, if Gingley is up for it, you can certainly play like another handful of songs and roll another D12.
Yeah, you see, they're shouting encore. He kind of gestures down at the hat, like, just kind of get if the crowd's going to be like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, fine.
Yeah. Somebody leaves like a stein of ale like next to the hat, like instead of maybe they didn't have change or something, so they're like, just take the beer. But go ahead and roll another
All right,
D12.
fine.
Let's
For
see
a
how
beer,
much you
fine.
get.
5.
Okay, you get to add another 5 gold pieces worth of coins.
Okay. That's man, I can get 18 drink packages now. This is great.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. 18 days worth of drink packages, sure. After all of the excitement in the promenade deck, lunchtime rolls around. You're all beginning to feel pretty peckish, and you start making your way a couple of decks down to the Revels deck. The Revels deck is where most of the eateries and kind of late night drinking places are. It's got the most. It's got the most room for basically crowds gathering for no other express purpose besides hanging out and having a good time. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and move you all to another map in Roll20.
Ooh.
Okay. And if you go down to the bottom of the map, you'll see all of your tokens there. So feel free to. Do you see the map?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You're at the entrance to the Squall Rider Tavern. The Squall Rider Tavern is a large space, probably one of the biggest, like, eating and gathering establishments here on Agret Nui. Give me 1 second here. Where'd it go? The tavern is about 95 feet wide by about 110 feet deep from where you are. Can I do pings here on Roll20? So you're down here by the entrance. Flanking the entrance on either side, on the left and right side, there are a couple of troughs, and the troughs sort of magically fill with water. And it is a place where you all can wash your hands before partaking in the various culinary delights of the Squall Rider Tavern. You see that there is an individual up front. And he is encouraging everybody to wash their hands by singing a jaunty little tune. Washy, washy. And you see that there are just a variety of other folks around the tavern. As you approach the entrance, a familiar individual appears. And this is Elias Marblehead, who kind of comes running up by the entrance, excusing himself, in front of his fellow employee, and says, "Oh, thank goodness, you all made it! You all made it just in time too. We've gotten the latest course out. Here, let me show you around." And he kind of, from where you are, I mean, you can follow him inside and kind of end up wherever you want. But to give you the lay of the land, the Squall Rider Tavern is generally a large open space. There are these light brown, these light brown circles here. They are pillars that, go from the floor to the ceiling. They kind of keep the ceiling up in its place. These darker circles here, each one is a table, and each table has several chairs or stools surrounding them. There is a large raised portion in the center of the Squall Rider Tavern that climbs up about 3 feet from the main floor. And surrounding sort of an enclosed portion of this raised area, you see a variety of culinary delights, just dishes from all around the Sword Coast and all around the Forgotten Realms that is just served buffet style. There are casks that contain a variety of drinks that surround the area as well. And the inside of that enclosed space looks to be a kitchen, and you see a couple of individuals kind of passing back and forth, each one working on preparing dishes. Some of the dishes are, some of them are being cooked in this kitchen. And then some of them from the opening here, you can see that they're being brought in via dumbwaiter, probably from a kitchen either up above or down below, and they're being brought out by servers onto these different trays. Most of the people here are, tourists or passengers, but you do see that there are some interesting looking individuals. Give me 1 second here. To your right, when you come in, it looks like there are actually a couple of adventurers that are, they look like they've traveled and they can kind of, same thing, handle themselves in a fight. They're probably not quite up to your level, but they're relaxing with one another. Let's see. You hear most of the folks that are here. I'm going to say like about half of the tables are occupied, and you've kind of beaten the lunch rush, and so you've got plenty of space for yourselves. You also see, let's see, kind of serving themselves at one of the tables. Bear with me here. There is what looks like a halfling father and his daughter. And you can tell that these folks are from Neverwinter. They are very excited to be here. Like maybe this is the first time they've ever taken a trip out to sea like this. Elias runs into the kitchen and then comes out holding what look like 4 big steins, which he then passes to each of you. And these steins actually function as alchemy jugs.
Ooh.
Let's see, where did it go? He turns to you and he says, this is our very special Squall Rider drink package. You're welcome to hold on to this. You can actually use them at various other establishments here on Gretnui. It's the least I could do to thank you all for helping me out. I've still got some duties to attend to, but please feel free to hit the buffet, get yourself a space. The very back portion of the space is a great outdoor area. You get a great view of a Gretinui's tail as it kind of swishes through the sea. It's one of my favorite places to be here on the boat. And you see Elias kind of like, again, bowing and thanking you all for helping him out earlier today. And then he kind of just leaves you to your devices. What would you like to do while you're here? How would you like to, you're welcome to explore. You're welcome to chat it up with the folks in the kitchen or any of the folks that of note that I've kind of pointed out. Or if you'd like, you can just grab yourself a dish and settle down to a fine meal.
Ilmir definitely hits the buffet right away.
Okay, feel free to place yourself. Yeah, by all means, feel free to place your tokens wherever you all want to be. I'm going to say Elias is going to kind of disappear to the back and start helping folks back here. Let's see, Gingley and Sprig. What about the two of you?
I'm hitting that buffet too.
You're hitting the buffet. Awesome. Way, what about Sprig? You're hitting the buffet also.
Yeah, but Sprig's more like just looking at stuff. He's got his own little pocket full of stuff that he's gonna eat. But but if there's any if he sees anything he likes that would fit in one of his bags, he'd probably steal it or.
Right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll say anytime there's anything that might have nuts in it, I'm always like, hey. Just pointing at it, very, like one of those, jokingly but very stereotypically, like. You're a squirrel. You like nuts, right? Look at that. There's nuts over here too. There's nuts over here too. Look at all these nuts.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I'd also randomly look around and be like, I also like cheesecake. But that would be kind of where
Bro, what kind? What kind of cheesecake?
I'm gonna say, let's see. As you mentioned that, like you're walking by the buffet, one of the cooks steps out. Where are you? You're over there, and you see that he's carrying like a little tray of desserts. And he says, oh, did you say cheesecake? Well, I happen to have a fantastic one that's going to be coming out very, very soon. In the meanwhile, if you'd like, you can enjoy some of these. And he puts like a little tray of confections down on the table nearest you.
Well, I do have a sweet tooth. I would just sit at the table, or I would stand at the little table where he put them down and just start eating them all. Like I have no couth whatsoever when it comes to being inside of a real establishment.
Okay, all right.
Gary is trying to make sure that Sprig doesn't get stepped on, but also has a sweet tooth and absolutely is like sitting down and like looks around concludes that these are ours. And yeah.
Just
He would
kind
look
of
up.
claiming
I
this
want
section.
to look up at
This
her.
particular tray that he set down that was probably for many, many people. Yeah, we're just gonna sit down next to it and start eating it. Yeah.
It's fantastic. You
In the
start
middle of
chowing
eating,
down.
In the middle of eating, though, I would look up to her and be like, I knew a possum that could do a lot of those moves too. It was really cool.
I'm not sure whether that's a compliment or an insult, but I accept it.
Compliment. It was really good. Possums are crazy.
I see. I was very impressed by your maps earlier. I too draw maps sometimes.
I would love to see your drawings as I put an entire piece of cake in my mouth.
Kiri just looks down at her very sticky fingers and says, "That is a diversion for once we have finished devouring this plate of sweets."
You continue chowing down. A couple of things before we move on to matters. And Zach, that chef that was out, when you start eating just right off the plates at the buffet, you can see him like thinking like, okay, wait, hold on. Wait, now. Then he kind of realizes just how useless an effort that would be. And he turns to say, okay, well, I guess I should probably get that cheesecake out. Maybe we'll put it on one of the tables for these folks. And then when you mentioned the possum, he Sprig, when you mentioned the possum, he stops and he kind of turns to look at you and he says, okay, I'm going to have to change the next entree. And he kind of runs back around the corner to the kitchen and just disappears. Let's see.
Are we still getting cheesecake?
His head peeks around the corner and you see him give a thumbs up.
She nods.
If there's possum in that cheesecake, I'm coming for your life.
He turns to you and he gives you a big nod and he actually points to, I'm gonna say he points to like this table here. That's pretty close to you, saying he'll bring the cheesecake out over there.
I think they cooked your friend, man. Looks like those moves didn't do as good as you hoped.
It happened.
By the way, is this all you can eat? Like, there's like a big tray of mac and cheese, like all you can eat.
Yeah, it's let's see. One of the servers walks by and looks at you and says, "Yes, sir. This is all you can eat. Please
I take the
enjoy."
entire tray and I walk to a table.
Awesome. Feel free to place yourself wherever you want to just have an intimate moment with that mac and cheese.
So did you say it was this table?
It was this farther table over here.
I'm sitting there.
That's the designated cheesecake table, right?
Feel free to move yourself over.
Yeah, I just apparently he's a little bit of an instigator, so he's like, let's see what happens. I'm like, I'm gonna eat it over here.
Cheesecake and mac and cheese.
Yeah, Kiri takes the rest of the tray of sweets that we have not yet finished with us to the table where the cheesecake is going to be delivered, obviously.
Fantastic. You all settle down over there and you start chowing down. Matters, what is Ilmir doing? You're at the buffet.
Yeah, Ilmir is like a totally different approach than everybody else. He is very like regimentedly assessing everything that he could eat. He's really broke. He hasn't had an opportunity like this in a very long time. So he's taking a little bit of this, a little bit of that, very nicely evenly placed on his plate, kind of eyeing up what everyone else is doing and feeling a little uncomfortable. No one has really spoken to him. He's very shy, but he does want to make friends with these people. So I think he just, after he gets his plate together, saying nothing, just goes over and sits next to everybody at the table like a kid on his first day of school, trying to make friends but being super awkward.
That's awesome. Go ahead and, as you're doing that, you see the father and the daughter make their way into the back area. And before, you lose sight of them, you see them settle down at a table up there. The four of you then are kind of just seated around. Everybody is just indulging heartily in the mac and cheese and all of the sweets. And Ilmir, you've got your plate in your hand so that nobody accidentally grabs anything from it, and you're just
Right.
enjoying it at a more moderate pace. I'm going to go ahead and move your token if you don't mind.
Yeah, I was having trouble with my rookie experience at playing online has been interesting so far.
No worries, no worries.
I'm downstairs and I'm not nearly as glitchy, so that's good.
If I could talk to Ilmir for just a moment.
Yeah.
As he comes to the table, I would look around and I'm going to just wild shape back into my squirrel form and put my little stuff away and be like, now, and then just in like look up at him and, now you have more room, man. And just go and just sit down and start eating more.
That's awesome. Fantastic.
Harry just looks at this happening.
Just a little bit closer to himself and looks at the squirrel quizzically, but at the same time feels like he doesn't say anything about it, but he just he misses the forest. There's something about this, like he's a little hesitant about it, but at the same time he also like wants to like it but doesn't know how to interact with it. This is really hard to play a character with an 8 charisma, I'll tell you.
Yep.
Brig just sits down at like the edge of his little area and then picks up like for him an entire face full of cake, but it's like a small little piece. And he looks at it and goes, "What's your deal, man?"
Kiri looks over at Ilmir and realizes that he's being very awkward and just kind of gives him a nod and says, "These sweets are delicious. They are for everyone. You are welcome to share. You have earned my respect with your showmanship today."
In his most polite elven phrase, like well met, graciously thank you, and he has been eyeing up this one particular sweet and reaches for it and pops the whole thing in his mouth. And a little bit of an awkward smile crosses his face.
He's got, in his reddish black fur, he's got mac and cheese sauce a little bit in there. And he's like, "Hey, seriously, thanks for the hookup earlier, man. You can't have any of this, but I do appreciate
it." Zach, as Gingley is, shoving mac and cheese into your hungry mouth, you see actually the adventurers that were sitting at the table just a few yards away. They got up and they're approaching you. And as you say, "You can't have any of this," like pointing to the mac and cheese, the male adventurer, the dwarven man that is part of the couple, you see his face kind of like, "Oh, darn it." And then he just turns right around and heads back to the table. You think he was probably going to ask you for some of that. But the tiefling, the short tiefling woman, stands beside you all and says, I couldn't help but hear that those sweets were perhaps open to be shared. I was wondering if I could get a bite."
Gingley is just obnoxiously looking over at the buffet. It's like, "Is it not? Oh, you can. I don't."
Kiri just kind of looks at her and goes, "And who are you?"
She points to where the desserts would normally be, and you notice that it's still empty. You've taken like the tray of all this stuff, and it looks like they haven't refilled it. She says, my name is Lenny DoveJ, and I was hoping to, my traveling companion, Pal and Adric and I, we were just going to finish up our meal, and I was going to have a little something sweet to kind of top it off, but they haven't brought out the other plate yet, and so I thought maybe I could just, snag one of those for us to share."
This is our plate, but
I'm going. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You may have one.
"Oh, well, that's absolutely much appreciated. Is there anyone in particular that you don't want? I mean, you're so gracious to share it with all of us."
Just kind of shrugs, looks over at the squirrel, who clearly is more excited about this.
You're like, and Sprig is like covered. You're like a snowman of icing right now, right?
I'm going to hand her a walnut that has been cracked with a piece of icing on top of it. It
Not
takes
the
both my
nut,
hands
dude.
to do it.
Don't give away your nuts.
It takes both
This is
my
for
hands
you.
to do it, but it is like the size. It's like so small, really. And I'm just gonna hand it to her and be like, "There you go, bye." And just sit back down.
Uh,
Gary looks at all this and says, "You may have an actual sweet, despite what the squirrel says. He didn't carry the tray over here, so technically it's mine."
Fair. The tiefling
Gotcha,
nods at
gotcha
you
there.
appreciative.
Gotcha there. You bring the tray over, it's all yours.
Before anyone else has the chance to like pipe in and be like, no, you can't take any more of this stuff, Linny quickly accepts the treat that you offer, and she's like, all grace, all smiles. Thank you so much. Certainly appreciate it. The taste was really all we want. Oh, look, and it looks like you see that that chef. They're coming out onto the buffet at this point, and it looks like they actually have 2 trays of cheesecake in their hand, one which they set down onto the buffet, and one which they look like they're going to carry off to your table. Let's see. Linny like Linny sees the trays and says, "Oh, well, it looks like you're getting the cheesecake special for today. Far be it from me to, interrupt your meal. So thanks again for this." And she puts up this tiny little dessert, that she's going to share with this dwarf.
And yet here
Aw.
you are.
And she starts walking away. As the chef is like putting the tray down, there is this sort of strange rumble that kind of ripples through the Squall Rider Tavern, and you start feeling, the hairs in the back of your neck start to bristle up.
Lactose intolerant. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all that mac and cheese. It's like gallons of mac and cheese that you've been.
You have to decide: is it worth it? It is.
It's a fey blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah.
And you start feeling kind of unnaturally warm. There has been a bit of a breeze kind of blowing in from the outside balcony area, and then through the door. And you start noticing everybody else kind of reacting in the same way that you all do, like, feeling this strange sensation, feeling that rumble. Everybody, all of the folks that are here, they kind of look around. I'm going to say that, let's see. The chef that is putting out the dish, they kind of pause and look around, and you can see this quizzical look on their face, like, what the heck was that? And even Mr. Washi over here by the entrance, they stop their singing, and for like the entire Squall Rider Tavern, after that sensation, just kind of goes silent, with the murmur of the crowd actually subsiding. The murmur of the crowd, the silence that kind of unexpectedly catches you all, is suddenly replaced by screams. Ah! There is a loud yell that comes from this outer balcony portion up in the far end of the tavern. And then other screams kind of start to echo throughout the rest of the tavern as well. And you see people start to kind of push away from their table as plates, chairs, silverware, and even some of the food start kind of coming to life and attacking a variety of the proprietors here. The most imminent thing that you see is that one of the buffets, actually food kind of starts to fly off it, and you see its legs start moving, and you see a large tooth-ridden mouth open up from the side, a sort of slimy tongue lolling out. And the chef here looks in horror as this thing turns to the chef and starts to snap at them. Let's see. Everybody at this point, let's go ahead and roll some initiative, please.
I'm looking down at my mac and cheese like,
Your mac and cheese looks okay so far.
What about the tray? That's what
Let's
I'm
see.
more concerned about.
Go ahead and
It's I took that tray.
roll and hold on to your initiative numbers real quick. I've just got to set up a few things here. Let's see. Where is that? Oops.
Brig would be so worried about all the cheesecake changing, so he wouldn't get to eat any of them.
Yeah.
He's so upset.
What
And
is
this is
the
just
Giving me all those nuts, man. I'm sure one of those nuts is probably one of these things.
what is the protocol on walking around with weapons in this dining area? Would they have let me bring,
you know
my
what?
help
You're
or-
all fully equipped.
Okay.
Most people don't
Who's
carry
gonna take
it.
a weapon from you?
Yeah, exactly. As long as you're not causing any kind of, physical harm to the passengers or any kind of trouble, you're good to go.
Sprig thinks he is his own weapon and turns into like a little bit larger of a mouse.
Aw.
Okay, bear with
Sprig
me
with
here.
his negative force strength.
Okay, let's see. Initiative. Rachel, what did Kiri get?
11.
11, thank you. Matters, what about Ilmir?
14.
14, thank you. Wei, what did Sprig get?
19.
19. And Zach, what did Gingley get?
21.
21. Okay, bear with me here. Let me just drop everybody into initiative. Okay. As chaos erupts around you, just to let you know, crowds are kind of running all over. They're abandoning tables. Movement is going to be like the entire floor of this area is considered difficult terrain, as the crowd filters out for like the first turn of combat. Bear with me here. Let's do that. Here.
To clarify, you said it's difficult terrain just for the first round?
For the first round of combat, yeah. And then it's going to be the... Okay. The most impending thing that you see is that, again, this buffet table that the chef is right by has sprung to life. You also see that over on Linny and Palin's table, what looks like a chair has also kind of likewise sprung to life and is currently snapping at the dwarf. And you see that, let's see where to go. Some of the silverware and plates right at their table have also sprung to life and look like they're threatening these folks here. Again, there are screams coming up from the balcony area as well. Gingley, you're the first to act in initiative. You see that the tray doesn't seem to like food, like mac and cheese isn't erupting all over you. The tray hasn't sprung to life, hasn't started moving, and isn't attacking you. Zach, what does Gingley want to do? Oh, Zach, you're muted.
I said that would happen. The elevated platform, is it like completely like squared, or is it like a underneath part?
It is squared. It's like closed off.
Oh darn. Okay, well, Gingley doesn't
but
know
I
that.
mean, it's just like a wooden facing. You could possibly break it down.
Well, no, Gingley doesn't know. He assumed to be a step up, so he slides the tray to try and get it, away into safety.
Sure. Okay.
It's gonna spill everywhere.
You know what? I'm gonna say that the steps, the space underneath the steps, you could slide him under there if you want to.
Actually, I take that back. I wanted for the do it for the vine here. I'm gonna take the mac and cheese and throw it, casting fairy fire over here. I want to try and get these 3 mimics over here, but covering them in mac and cheese, magically coated mac and cheese.
Okay. I'm gonna say that that is 1, 2, 3. That's about 15 feet away from you. You can do it from where you are and like hurl it over that way. But it's going to be a little bit tougher for you to get the mac and cheese all the way over there. If you want to get a little closer, say maybe about 10 feet, if you want to move 10 feet over 10 feet closer towards those mimics, you can throw the mac and cheese easily enough. You can just like douse them with it. Your fairy fire will take effect
outside. So it's more just drama. He's dramatic. So just throwing casting fairy fire. So if it gets some sauce on him, it gets some sauce on him. If not, that's okay.
Okay.
But I would like to do fairy fire over here, trying to get the 2 chairs and then the table mimic.
Okay. I'm going to say that it's easy enough for you to get it over your friends' heads, but Linny's going to have to make a quick saving throw. She dives underneath this table here as mac and cheese goes flying towards that table. And where are you going to, what is the area of effect for your fairy fire then? That's
20 foot.
20 foot radius? Okay.
Yeah,
20 foot cube. Okay.
20 foot cube, sorry.
Cube. Yeah, no worries. And it is going to be, you know what, bear with me here. Let us do a rectangle. What does your fairy fire look like? You know,
actually, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'd like to put it over here to try and get the big mimic, and then I won't get the little chair here, but that should be able to get. That should be able to get the big mimic, or whatever it is, and then
absolutely
the table and 1 small chair.
Okay, and yeah, what does your fairy fire look like besides like mac and cheese flying over that way?
So it's a very like a purplish bluish ghostly fire that kind of just faintly just kind of sits around the area, and it just kind of harmlessly coats anything in the area. But it's really good for crowds because if it gets on their feet and they move around, it starts spreading a fake fire everywhere, which lights everything up underneath.
Sure.
But I guess it can be used in combat. I guess everything has a secondary purpose. So
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this area right here, does that look about right to you?
Yeah.
That little purple square. Okay. What is your spell save DC for your fairy fire?
It is 15.
Okay, 15. I'm gonna do this die, and this die. Give me a second here. Interestingly enough, the small mimic is going to succeed, but the giant mimic and the regular mimic are going to fail. So those mimics get enshrouded by this sort of purplish bluish light. Let's see. Let me put a marker on these folks. And attacks against them are going to have advantage. Okay, now that was your action. Did you have a bonus action or movement?
I want to move as far as I can to try and get up to go outside.
Sure,
so
absolutely.
So what, maybe I guess maybe here since it's difficult terrain.
Yeah, exactly. Between those 2 tables. And as you are looking through, you notice that through this space, you notice that first of all, people are filtering out of the various entrances to the balcony, but at least a few dozen pieces of silverware have sprung to life and are acting as a little swarm.
Uh-oh.
And so these creatures here, they're a swarm of tiny mimics, forks, knives, spoons that are kind of like acting in concert. And it looks like right now they are making their way sort of from where you're looking at the left, where the father and the halfling father and daughter are kind of like cowering in fear.
Okay, now this is a really important question. This dictates a lot here. Were they at my show?
Oh, you know what? Let me roll a die about that. Let's find out. You know what? They were before they made their way over here. They stopped at your show for a little bit. They didn't stay for the whole thing, but they looked like they were enjoying themselves. And you're pretty sure that the dad threw at least like a silver piece into your hat.
Okay. Yeah, Gingli has a soft spot for kids. He has an acoustic set he does without all the makeup, everything, like fun kids, like it's like Hannah Montana but reverse, I guess.
Oh, sure. That's awesome.
But if a kid likes his real music, that's pretty cool. So he's like, all right, it's time to help some people. And then as a final thank you for helping out the show, I'm going to throw a bardic inspiration over. I'm bad with names, but Gingli doesn't care about names, so he's like, "Hey, monk boy, you got this. Thanks for the help." And I'm going to give you a bardic inspiration.
Nice.
That's all I got.
Fantastic. Sprig, what are you up to? You see all of this kind of erupt around you.
I'm like in my squirrel form, looking around like, fuck. And then when I see where's the you said there's like a group of mimics going after the family. Where's that?
Let's see. If you're here through the stairs, you can see that the swarms are up here in the balcony area.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will take off running to try and get some of their attention. Squirrel form. What is my squirrel form? How fast does my squirrel form move?
Is it difficult terrain for a squirrel to move through a crowd?
I'm gonna say that because you're tiny, you can kind of like run through folks' feet. The real threat is that somebody's gonna accidentally stomp on you as they panic running out. So I'm gonna say you can either make it half of your movement without any kind of check. But if you want to make it through people's feet, that's just going to be an acrobatics check.
Oh, it's just I'll move my 15. It's fine because I have 30 feet of movement. It's not a big deal. So 1, 2, 3. So I get like what right here at this corner, so I can see this dude over here.
Wait, hold on. Which one? Yes, yeah, you can see that swarm. They're kind of like rearing up, spoons and forks standing up on little legs, forks kind of walking on their tines, little jaws just snapping around.
I forget. Am I able to use cantrips in animal form in D&D?
Ooh,
it's been a long time since I played D&D.
No, I don't think you can cast any spells when you're in your wild shape.
Okay, because if that's well, then I will do the whole move the whole way and just scream, and I'll make my little check real fast.
Okay.
Fork him up, man. Fork him up.
Acrobatics is 18.
Okay, you easily dart, and weave back and forth past various footsteps. There's not even like a close call. You see your openings, people running past you, and you just make your way over there. Now, that is just your movement. You still have, because you succeeded on that check, you still have your action and your bonus action.
Yeah, but squirrels only have melee attacks. So.
Okay, gotcha.
Did all those nuts?
Did you want to use your action to dash, or do you want to actually see about getting them to focus fire on you?
I'm just trying to get them to chase me.
Okay, you know what? Make an I'd say either make a performance check or make a persuasion check. Let's call this an interaction check or an interaction. Or what is it?
All right, +0 for everything. Let's do it.
Am I able to maybe use like a reaction or something to help?
No, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I don't think lore bards have that.
As the smallest squirrel, I got a 10 on my performance.
A 10? Hold on for 1 second. That's actually enough. I'm going to say that you see at least this one turn to you, and you see just spoons and forks look at you in concert and then start to approach you threateningly. This one here, though, this series of spoons and forks, they kind of hop off of these tables. They're going to approach these two, but they're not going to do that just yet. Sprig, that was your movement, your action. Do you have a bonus action you want to do? Or are you?
Oh, no. The second they approach me, I'm going to take off. So I'm just going to...
Okay.
We're good.
No worries. This mimic here starts attacking the dwarf. You see the dwarf take a solid bite. And there is this pretty bad wound that gets inflicted on their arm as they raise their arm to defend themselves. They look like they're still okay, and it looks like they're about to reach for like a warhammer that's hanging by their belt. But again, they're not nearly as sturdy or as capable as you are. So while this dwarf may be able to kind of fend themselves off for a little bit, they look like they've got some martial training. They probably will need their help fighting this creature. The dwarf, actually, you see that when they out of the dwarf, they end up getting adhered to this dwarf too, and you hear him say, "Ah, get off me! Get off me!" Okay, let's see. That is all that one is going to be able to do, and they're not moving anywhere. So, Ilmir, what are you up to?
Yeah, I am going to stand up from my chair very quickly and start to do some of my forms and activate my elemental attunements to fire. So what happens here? Just flame energy starts to swirl around my forearms and into my fists, and I step forward 5 feet. We'll use 10 feet of movement to step forward, and then with my 15 feet of reach, I'm going to punch. But then this kind of flame extends from my punch at the mimic who just bit the dwarf.
Awesome. Go ahead and make your attack. Remember, you're doing it at advantage.
Advantage. Right. So it's
You have bardic inspiration if needed.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. So yeah, I got a 19.
Okay, that is absolutely going to hit. This mimic has an armor class of 12.
Okay, good to know, because I have a clockwork amulet too.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage, please.
Okay. It is going to be, sorry, I don't know my modifier. It is going to be 7 bludgeoning fire damage.
Fire damage, okay, all right.
And then I can, well, I know the guy is adhered to him, but I do have the ability to potentially move someone when I hit them.
Yeah, you want to push this thing away?
I would like to push it away, making
Absolutely.
a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Got it, thank you. Strength. All right, these folks have pretty decent strength, but they are going to fail. Where would you like to push this thing? Just, what is it, 10 feet?
Yeah, I'll just push it 10 feet. I'm gonna push him. Can it be diagonal, or does it have to be straight back?
No, I'm gonna say you can push him. You can push him, like, I'm gonna say, within any of these kind of 4 spaces between the platform and the wall.
I just want to get him at a melee range of the dwarf.
Okay, sure. I'm going to say you can push them. Oops, hold on. That's not the right thing. Let's do that. Oh, I'm going to put this, hold on. I'm going to put this fairy fire on the map layer. There we go. That'll help. Okay. And then the mimic, I'm going to say you push it up against the platform here. It kind of, the chair, the chair, which would normally make a wooden sound, it sort of makes this squelchy sound as it hits the side of the platform. And you see it kind of stagger for a little bit and then shake its head. Now, did you want to go ahead and use your bonus action to attack something else?
Yeah, I'm gonna flurry of blows. I know I'm using 2 focus points right off the bat, but
Sure.
I'm gonna move. Let's see, so I move 10, 20, 30, so that will get me to there, and then that gives me that 15 foot of reach to attack the mimic again.
Absolutely.
Same mimic that I threw into the pillar.
Go for it.
I'm going to attack All right, we got a nat 20.
Ooh, hits. Double your damage dice.
Okay, double damage dice. But I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Okay, all right.
5 fire damage.
Okay, all right.
And then I'm going to go with my third attack. Another nat 20.
Holy smokes. All right, let's do this.
All right. All right, this is much better results. 12 fire damage.
Altogether, oof. All right, and with that, actually, you see your flames strike this thing. The first couple of hits leave burn marks. The second one, you see part of this mimic catch on fire and then start to slough off. You have successfully bloodied this creature.
Nice. All right, that's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel happy. Well, actually, yeah. Is that a creature right next to me?
Let's see. There's Linio. Yes, there's this. I'm gonna say actually this is like a plate, and it's come to life. It looked like it was gonna hop onto Linny and just start gnawing away.
Cool. Yeah. No, I'm fine right where I'm at.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Elmir, that was you. Kiri, you're up. What would you like to do?
Yeah, so Kiri is gonna try and thorn whip at the big guy over there.
Ooh, okay, yeah, and you have your 15 feet, so go ahead and make that attack. Remember, you have advantage.
All right. So that's a crit.
Oh my god!
So she just like stands up, flexes her shoulders, does her thorn whip. So that is going to be, unfortunately, only a total of 6 damage.
Okay, no worries. That's a start, certainly.
But I get to drag it 10 feet towards me.
Okay. I'm gonna say the chef here dives out of the way slightly as you grab this thing. This buffet table come to life. An assortment of foods just flying all over the place, leaving a trail of yummy, delicious eats like onto the platform as you drag this thing towards you. It is now right like up on yours and Ilmir's grill.
Exactly where I wanted it.
That was your action. What else have you got? By the way, did you rage?
Not yet. I had to do my spell first because
gotcha. That's
once I rage, I do not have the focus to cast spells.
Yeah, right.
So yank it over here. And then my bonus action is to go into my rage. You just see her get this gleeful grin, pick up her halberd. This thing is exactly where she wants it. She can't really do much else, but she will kind of circle around to put herself between the mimic and the tiefling.
Okay, fantastic.
This is like hearing "Get over here," and then you
get
yanked over, but then Scorpion turns into the Hulk.
Yes. Yeah, like all of her composure is gone. She's got this huge grin. She looks like this is exactly what she's been waiting for.
Oh, that's fantastic. You just basically kind of come online, right?
Yeah, this is like this is her Hulk moment.
I love it. I love seeing the high elf just go full on.
Oh yeah, this is a great build that they built for me.
That's awesome. Take a point of inspiration.
Awesome.
Let's see. Now, unfortunately, the giant mimic, as it arrives, it starts to snap at the two of you. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. This thing attacks a total of 3 times. Pseudopods. There are, in this case, a couple of the table legs. It rears up. It's going to use the table legs to bat at each of you, and then it is going to try to bite one of you as well. Let's see. And Ilmir, you have an armor class of 16. Kiri, you have an armor class of 13. Is that right? Okay.
Yep.
+5. Ilmir, it is just going to hit you. Kiri, it is just going to miss you. So Ilmir, you're going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are stuck to this thing. Like the table, like kind of adheres to you.
All right, I'll defer on my reaction and take the damage.
Okay, all right, 7 points, and then Ilmir, now that it is adhered to you, the gigantic table maw is going to try to bite you.
Okay.
And it is going to miss horribly. Let's see.
That's why I was holding off on that reaction just in case it bit me, but I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah. That would have done. That would have been a lot more harmful as well. So wise choice, certainly. On brand for monks. Oh boy. Let's see. I'm gonna say that with sort of targets fighting back on the big mimic, these little ones, I'm going to say it's a plate and a stein, they're going to go after, one of them is going to go after you, Ilmir, and the other is going to go after Kiri.
All right.
Let's see, bear with me here. Where did that go? There it is. Ilmir, you're going to dodge this bullet actually, but Kiri, the plate that was going to hop onto the tiefling instead jumps up to you, and you see this like mouth open in the middle of this pewter plate and just chomp down on you. You're going to take 1 point of piercing damage plus 2 acid damage, so 3 altogether.
Okay. And my
All
rage
right.
does not help with that because it's only on the piercing, and that's already 1. So
Okay. Yeah.
So I take
So you're going to take the 2. Yeah, it's going to be the 3 points of damage altogether.
Right.
Let's see. That is going to be it for them. Let's see. The dwarf is actually going to run up and try to tackle the plate that has attacked you, and he makes eye contact with the tiefling. They're both going to, you see them kind of come online as well, and they're going to try to get that plate off your back at the very least. They have an armor class of the dwarf, who's taken a bit of a wound, is unfortunately, like, he pulls that warhammer out, takes a swing, completely misses. The tiefling, however, pulls out what looks like a dagger and manages to like grab, like swipe at this thing and kind of get it off you and pin it to like a table next to them. They're holding onto it at this point, like the dagger's kind of forcing it down on the table. So I'm going to say that they're going to just grapple that thing. And it looks like they're going to be struggling against each other for a little bit. Let's see. Sprig, you hear some yelling coming from the kitchen, and you see Elias actually in sort of almost an uncharacteristic show of leaping into action, go running up. That is, let's see, 10, 30 gets them here. And you hear them yell out, don't worry, I'll help you out. I'll get those things off of you. And you see him kind of like dash in and disappear. I don't think anybody, actually, Sprig, you know what, from where you are, you can see that there's another, like one of the tables inside the kitchen has sprung to life, and it is currently attacking the chef that's in there. Let's see. The other chef that's out here, they're going to dive under this buffet table here. These two, Sprig, the folks that are out in the balcony, you can see that the little girl is just hysterical. You can hear her crying, and the father is kind of interposing himself between the clutch of silverware that is threatening them. But they seem to be kind of paralyzed, or not paralyzed, but they're stuck there in fear. Let's see. And then last but not least, the person at the front, as people are diving away, you can see them actually leap into action too and start ushering people outside of the door, kind of, runny, exit please, singing their song as they try to persuade everybody to just vacate the premises as quickly as they can.
They need an inspiration, because that was good.
Gingley, it is your turn again. What would you like to do?
Well,
By this time, you have your full range of movement. Most of the folks have cleared out.
okay. Yeah. Gingley, so full movements 1, 2. Okay, I just got the answer I was waiting to hear. I'm gonna walk up and since these are all silverware,
Yeah.
He's gonna look and he's gonna go, I heard that your mother was a spork. She's been passed around by everyone so often, just multi-purpose, multi-use.
Wow.
I'm passing vicious mockery.
Okay, fantastic.
So
What is your spell save
wisdom
DC
save.
again? DC 15?
Yeah,
All right.
15.
These things they seem pretty feral. They're not necessarily, acting with a whole lot of intent. So they're not super wise. They will fail that wisdom save. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So it's going to be a 2, and then disadvantage on next attack roll.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Gingley, that was your action. You've still got a little bit of movement, but I think you're going to stay where you are.
Well, how did it react? Did it tick them off? This is a swarm.
Yeah. You see the swarm kind of like ripple as your vicious mockery kind of like whips through them.
Okay.
They were going to go after Sprig. Yeah.
So after that accurate retelling of their mother's, proclivities, and they see they're upset, I'm going to take it. I'm just going to, I move 20 feet. I'll move 10 feet back.
10 feet
and
back.
Then I'll throw a bardic inspiration at Squirrel Man.
Sprig. Okay, fantastic.
I'm like, hey, remember, you got those nuts, man. I gave you a lot of nuts, like a lot of nuts. I don't see any of them on you. Either you ate them or you left them. But if you have any on you, just throw them, man. You got this. So nice. That's trying to hype them up with bardic inspiration.
That's like hyping a squirrel. I love it. And you do see, you seem to have captured this host of silverware's attention. Okay, Sprig, it is your turn.
In the most 2-foot Hulk moment there ever was, this little squirrel is going to run up and leave squirrel form because I have to do things, and he's just gonna yell, normally we wouldn't shame or kink shame, but the goblin god of kink would never, and then slam into them with primal.
Awesome. Make that attack.
I gotta roll to hit first, right? Yeah. All right. So I used my inspiration that he gave me, but here, let's be funny and just say I didn't need to. It's 2 nat 20s.
Oh my god. Fantastic. How many was that? Like the 6th or 7th nat 20 that we've rolled this game?
I think so.
Oh my god, amazing. All right.
Does the goblin god of kink have a kink for sporks?
He really likes flight goblins. But anyway,
Okay.
Here we go. And of course he does. I guess I'll roll damage. Let's see here. So it's 2d10 because of the attack.
Yeah, double your damage dice.
All right. And that is 18.
18 altogether?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Okay. What does it look like when you finish this swarm off?
I'd imagine that we're just yelling about stuff, and as I hit it, it just spread, like all the different like forks and sporks and everything go crazy, flying everywhere.
That's awesome.
And then I feel like it's also like really undramatic. Like everything was very dramatic that we were doing, but it just looks like a kid threw a bunch of silverware across the room, and it's like. I think Sprig would look around and be like, I guess let's do it again.
All right. That's absolutely fair. And I'll tell you this. As the silverware clatters to the ground, you start seeing them kind of soften into these gooey puddles. And some of them start to hiss and boil and kind of steam as it disintegrates. And some of it kind of just trickles through the boards of the floor.
Oh, and for my bonus action, apparently I'm allowed to cast jump, so I'll cast jump on my friend here.
Nice. Onto Gingli.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Gingli, you now have what, a jump speed equal to your walking speed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I also have Mirthful Leap. I might have to. I never use Mirthful Leap, but this might be the time to
Holy
use it.
You could go
smokes.
like 60 feet across.
Dang,
I
all
get to
right.
add a D8 to the result of the number of feet.
Nice.
Oh, this will be good.
You know what, Sprig, you only moved like what, 10 feet?
I moved barely anything. I moved like 5
Yeah.
feet up just to hit him.
Did you want to continue moving or do you want to stay where you are?
I'll take another step forward, but we're good.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Sprig, that was you. This mimic picks itself up from the ground, and it is going to go against. Is there room there? Actually, yeah, it is. It's going to go right up against its big buddy here. And Ilmir, it is going to go after you. It did not like getting punched a bunch of times and then pushed up against that platform. Let's see. It is going to take a bite at you. No, you're not grappled or anything like that. So let's do this. That's a natural one. Not great. So Ilmir, what does it look like when you dodge this thing, or like how do you handle this incoming strike?
I mean, I'm pretty surrounded, but my senses are super keen, so I'm battling off these sporks and trying to, dodge the pseudopods of the big guy, and I see this thing come sliding across the floor. So I think I just kind of give it a good, quick, stiff kick to the head, but not a kind of kick that would cause damage, but just a kick that stops something in its tracks.
Fantastic, awesome. Monk fists flying, fists and heels flying. You managed to stave this thing off, and it is your turn. How do you like to? You're in a target-rich environment here.
I love that. I love being in a target-rich environment, but it doesn't mean I get to use all my speed and my reach.
Yeah, this is true.
I'm happy where I am. And I am going to try to get rid of this bloodied medium-sized mimic.
Fantastic.
And it's still fairy fired, yeah?
It is.
They'll be fairy fired until they die.
That's right. So I will get a 14.
Okay, that is a hit on that mimic. Do you want to go ahead and make your attacks, or do you want to roll your damage first?
I'll just roll the damage. I'm attacking with the quarterstaff with 2 hands, so I'm going to D8.
Okay, go for it.
7 bludgeoning damage.
All right, it's still got some fight in it. It's going to take maybe another couple of hits, or really like good solid hit to take it out.
I'm going to use my 3rd focus point here and go flurry of blows.
Okay, fantastic. And that's it for your focus points, right?
That's it for my focus points, unless we have another initiative. Okay, so yeah, I quickly throw my quarterstaff on my slot in my back and go to start punching.
Okay.
It's going to be 20 something, so that's going to be a hit.
Absolutely hit.
7 fire damage.
Okay. It is still up.
Man, these things are tough. Okay.
Yeah.
My last.
A lot of hit points on these things.
Unarmed strike. And that is going to be a 16.
Okay, absolutely a hit.
That's okay. Good damage here. 8 damage.
8 points. That is enough to take this thing out. What does it look like when you take this mimic out?
I walloped it. I stopped it as it came skidding across with my foot. I wallop it on the top of the head with the staff. This thing won't die. Throw the staff in, and I, big flaming punch to the top of the head. And then as it's trying to bite me, I just grab a hold of its tongue and burn the tongue and just pick it up by its tongue and slam it on the ground.
Oh, fantastic.
Beautiful.
I love that flavor. Yeah, that was great. That was great. And same thing, like once you finish it off, it starts to kind of like sizzle and ooze into this kind of mess that starts to disintegrate and again seep through the floorboards in the tavern.
Ilmir is disgusting.
Let's see. You've still got quite a few things around you. Did you want to move, or are you going to stay where you are? You could potentially.
I use my bonus action for flurry of blows, so I can't disengage. So yeah. I'm just fine staying in the fray.
Okay. In that case, Kiri, you see Ilmir take care of one of these creatures. You see that, again, Linny has one kind of like pinned up against the table. What are you up to?
Yeah, so Kiri just kind of gives a grinning nod to Ilmir for having taken the thing out. And then she turns her attention to the big guy. But before she does, she uses her bonus action to activate her Cloak of Billowing, which will billow dramatically for the next minute.
Awesome.
Yes. And then she raises her halberd over her head and takes a swing at this big guy who's right here.
All right, make that attack.
Now, do I still have advantage from the fairy fire?
You do.
Okay. So, wow, that is a 6 on both rolls.
Oh, well, what is the math?
What is the math?
Yeah. Oh, you mean is it like 6 overall on both rolls?
It's a 6 to hit. Yeah.
Oh.
My attack roll was a 6.
You know
Are
what?
we allowed to use inspiration for others, or is it just us?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I do have an inspiration. So that would let me roll
do you
again,
want to
right?
use heroic inspiration to re-roll one of those dice?
I do.
Absolutely.
Try one more
Fantastic.
time.
Well, okay, that's good. I'm glad you have that.
All right.
Can I use it for someone else though in future reference, or is it just me?
No, you can toss it.
Okay, cool.
So with the reroll, it is a 23.
Hits. Roll your damage. Fantastic.
All right. So that's going to hit for 12 slashing damage.
Okay, ouch.
And I'm not quite done yet because I have my weapon mastery with the halberd, which lets me take an attack against a second creature within 5 feet of the first one.
Feet.
So I could hit this little guy because I do have reach.
You do, absolutely.
So I'm gonna reach over Ilmir after I hit the big guy, and just kind of look at him and with this insane grin and just say duck, and take a swing at the little guy beyond him. And we'll see if I get that one. That attack roll is a 21.
Oh, absolutely a hit. Those little ones have an armor class of 11.
All right. And this time I'm going to hit for 6 damage.
6 points of damage? That's actually enough to take this one out.
Okay.
Tell me what happens.
Yeah. Which piece of cutlery was this?
That one, I think that one was a stein.
All right. So yeah, after she has, hit the big guy, tells Ilmir to duck, she just, she's a fairly like tall and solid woman. So she kind of like gets up on her tiptoes a little bit to just like do the right angle over Ilmir's shoulder and just cuts this stein right in half.
Nice. That's awesome. Fantastic. 2 halves kind of part down the middle and clatter onto the floor before same thing, dissolving into this ooze that disintegrates and seeps away.
She looks delighted.
Let's see. Did you want to move at all, or are you going to stay where you are?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, fantastic. Let's see. The big mimic is going to continue wailing at the two of you, Ilmir and Kiri, starting with those pseudopods that try to slam on you. Oh, actually, Ilmir, you're still adhered to this one, right?
Yeah.
You're still adhered to it. So it is going to attack each of you with a pseudopod and then try to bite you again, Ilmir.
Okay.
Actually, let's color code these dice. Okay, let's see. Kiri, unfortunately, that's going to be a hit on you. You're going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Cut that down to 3 because you are raging. But you feel this thing stick to you, and the two of you are now stuck to this giant mimic. Ilmir, 16. Yikes. Okay. That's going to be 2 hits on you. The pseudopod slams against you again. You're going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so
And
I'll
then,
take that.
okay.
I'm bloodied.
Okay.
From that.
And then its jaw clamps down on you. You're going to take 7 points of piercing plus 4 points of acid for a total of 11.
Okay, that I'm going to deflect.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make your roll.
I'm using my reaction. And I believe it's a D10.
Yeah.
Plus 5. So I deflect 8 damage.
Okay. All right. So you're going to take 3 points of damage.
Right,
Certainly could have been much worse.
I have 7 hit points left.
Okay. All right. Let's see. But that is all that this thing is going to be able to do. There is one more little mimic here. Oh, wait a minute. Where did the... Oh, you know what? I forgot to drop the swarms in. We're just going to drop that in now. Okay. The little one is going to try to break free from underneath Lenny's dagger. It is unfortunately going to succeed, but it did take its action to do that. So it's not going to be able to do anything else. It having gotten freed, let's see. She's going to actually see her wounded companion, and they're going to beat feet out of here. The little mimic tries to take a bite out of them. But is not going to be able to make it. They're not going to be able to make it far. 5, 10, 15. They're only going to make it to about here.
I think you moved the little mimic with them accidentally.
Oh, I did. You're right. That one was, I believe, here. And it is, it's able to move again, but it's going to stay where it is to try to snap away at one of the two of you. Let's see. You're not exactly sure what is going on inside the kitchen, but you know what? Ilmir and Kiri, from where you are, you see Mr. Washi here run into the kitchen as well.
Ilmir definitely in Elvish yells out "cowards" to the two that are running.
Oh, the two that are running off.
After he had, run in to help that guy who got bit. Now that he's in his bad shape, sees this guy tailing off. So lack of all respect.
That's fair. The tiefling kind of turns to look over her shoulder to look at you when she hears you say that. And there's sort of this inscrutable kind of look on her face, like maybe you've reached her, but you're not sure. They're still running off. She's still running off to take care of him. Let's see.
Kiri just kind of goes, we got this, in Elvish as well.
Sort of like a verbal fist bump, right?
Yeah.
I
know. Okay, Sprig, though, while you're out here, this swarm, when you defeated the other swarm, you caught this one's attention. It is going to go over and attack you. Actually, and you're going to be surrounded. It is going to actually enter your space. And it is going to, you're surrounded by these snapping, stabbing forks, knives, bludgeoning spoons as they attack you.
Are there any sporks present?
No sporks in this one.
Man, that mom gets around.
Yeah. Sprig, AC 12. Sorry, 1 second here. I am going to hit. Now, you're going to take 6 points of acid damage as these things kind of start to stab at you.
That's fine. You haven't even gotten through my temporary hit points yet.
Okay, all right, fantastic. And you see that since you've drawn their fire, these two here, it looks like they're, the dad is beginning to feel a little more confident about getting his daughter up, but they're not going to, be able to move at this point. Gingley, we're back up to you. What would you like to do?
I look over at Sprig. I'm like, hey, school guy, you good? Can I go? I got something cool. You made me feel jumpy. I'm going to, because I can roll a d8, and so it looks like the jump spell, you can use 10 feet of movement to jump 30 feet. So I can get 50 feet of movement plus an additional 8 feet potentially.
Jeez, all right.
So I'm going to get a little bit. Now, is this like right here? Is this a wall, or is this just more of like a little guardrail?
Yeah. No, this one is an actual wall with openings where the stairways are.
Get here, and then I'll jump here. As I land, I'm going to be making a short sword and a dagger attack because the dagger has the nick property, and then I can use Vex for the one, so I might even get advantage on this.
Fantastic.
Someone mentioned they were hurt. Was it
Ilmir, right?
Ilmir is at like 7 hit points.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda needs it. Okay, all right. So I'm going to throw, before I make the attack, I'm going to throw a healing word at you.
Oh, nice.
So it'd be 2d4. Wow, I forgot they buffed healing in
2d4 plus your charisma.
2d4 plus 4. So let's see here. That's going to be 10. So you get 10 back.
Wow. And
then I'm going to make my first attack roll with the short sword. That is a 12 plus 3, so 15.
Hits.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
So it's going to be 6. I roll a 5, so 6 damage with the short sword. Okay. And then I get advantage on my dagger attack. Okay, well, I'm glad I had advantage. I rolled a 1 and an 11, so that's going to be 14.
Okay, yeah, that's a hit as well. Like this big mimic, it's only got AC 12.
Okay, that's a 4 damage.
Okay, all right.
4 piercing damage.
Let's see. You start stabbing away at this thing. Now this big one has a ton of hit points. It is not yet bloodied. It looks like it still has a lot of fierceness to it.
Okay, and then I'm not over. Well, I'm feeling okay health wise. I got so let's see here, 7, 5, and 40 feet. Okay, I have at least 5 feet. So I'm gonna take a step back because it looks like it's trying to eat these other people, and I wanted to help, but not that much.
Sure. Now
I gotta
step back.
Look after my own self.
It is gonna take an attack of opportunity against you. Are you okay with that?
Yes. I figured one attack versus potentially more than one attack, so that's okay with me.
Okay. Let's see. Where did it go? A pseudopod, like another. We've got 2 table legs that are currently adhered to Ilmir and Kiri. A third one lashes out at you as you walk away.
Third leg. Okay.
Oh God.
I don't swing that way, man.
21. It is unfortunately going to hit. You're going to take 7 points in blood.
You say
21? Damage. 21 to hit, yeah.
I would like to silvery barbs.
Ooh, okay.
As a reaction.
I rolled the exact same number on the die. I'm so sorry.
Okay, that's okay. I'm getting hit. You said 7 damage?
7 points of damage, but also it sticks to you, and unfortunately, you're not able to walk away.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Now it is in a target-rich environment. However, it's not going to get to do anything else. As Sprig, you're facing off against this pile of silverware. What are you up to?
Facing off against pile of silverware, yeah. Okay. Oh, where is my regular bullshit attacks? I think I feel like I want to just get rid of this thing so I can move on and go help everybody else.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But man, you know, I guess I'll just stick with the cantrip and keep doing primal savagery to keep slapping through things.
Go for it. Make that attack. I mean, the other one fell pretty quickly.
Yeah. Okay. 17 to hit. So it's gonna be a D10.
That'll absolutely hit. Roll your damage.
I'm not gonna find even those uses for that. Hey, there's 9 damage.
9 points, and that one goes away. You take this thing out, take it out the same way you took out the other one. Let's see.
I feel like I would look at I'd look at the father and the daughter and be like, well, go on and hide now. Fuck.
The dad quickly casts a glance at you, gives you an enthusiastic nod, and you see that you see him grab his daughter's hand, and they look like they're going to bolt out of this this entrance the first chance that they get.
I'd roll my eyes and just move on.
You've got your movement. You've got a bonus action. What would you like to do?
Do I have some way to? I guess I'm just gonna take my sprint or my regular movement, which is like 15 because it's a heavy terrain.
No, actually, everybody's cleared out. It's just regular movement at this point.
Oh, great.
Do you need to concentrate on that jump spell? Because I just read it says for the duration. I didn't know if I saw concentration though.
I
was trying.
You know what? That's a good question. Is it?
If you do, I got a good jump in. So if you need to drop concentration, that is okay.
It's bonus action touch. Duration 1 minute.
Oh, okay. And it's not concentration, right? You just do it. Okay, all right. So yeah,
cool.
you're good for pretty much the rest of combat, I would imagine.
Awesome.
Let's see. Sprig, as you run through that doorway, you do see that the folks in the kitchen are trying to push the mimic that's in there into an oven. They're all working together. They just shove that thing in there.
I feel like I would yell.
Amazing.
Good for I would just yell as I'm running past. I'd yell, "Good job, Marblehead!" And just keep going.
Thanks. Let's see.
Metal.
Okay,
that's metal right there.
Sprig, that was you. I'm going to this mimic now. While it is fighting against these folks, it does still get to make an attack against the people that are trying to push it away. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Sprig, as you're running past, you hear a chomping sound, and you hear Elias go, "Ah!" He's taken a pretty nasty hit from that mimic.
It wouldn't change anything I did.
Yep, all good.
I'd still yell, "Good job, Marblehead," and keep going.
Let's see. And then you hear the other folks that are in there scream out Mr. Washi's dulcet tones, "Ah!" kind of echoing through as they see Elias take that hit. Ilmir, you're up. You've gotten a refresh from Gingley. What would you like to do?
Yeah, feeling good about that. So since we're stuck to the mimic, do I have any sense that if I tried to push the mimic, would we just go with it, or would I be able to get us unstuck by the push?
I'm gonna say that because this one is bigger, if you pushed it away, you would probably go with it. Which maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing.
Oh, but I mean, I would. But anyone that's stuck would also go essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm just I'm still got my flaming elemental fists, so I'm gonna just start punching the thing.
Okay, all right, make those attacks.
Yep. It's fairy fired, so all right. That's gonna be 23.
Hits.
I rolled a 1, so is that 3 damage?
Do you want to use don't you have heroic inspiration? Oh, that was the damage.
That was the damage. Yeah, okay. You can't do it. Can you add bardic to damage?
No, only for particular kinds of bards.
The Valor Bard, right?
Yeah,
the Valor Bard. Okay, so I'm going to attack again with my bonus action. Nat 20.
Oh, hey! Holy smokes! All right.
I'm feeling lonely. I'm the only one that hasn't rolled a crit.
Ah, that's
It's
true.
gonna
That's true. That means your time has come.
It's
What
gonna
was that,
be-
Matters?
it's all good. It's going to be a 13 fire damage.
Ooh, okay. That bloodies it.
Nice. All right, yeah, and since I can't go anywhere, that's my turn.
Okay, all right, all right. Let's see. Kiri, you're up, and you too are stuck to. Actually, all three of you are stuck to this mimic.
Does being stuck to it hinder me in any way?
It doesn't hinder you. You're just grappled, but you
Oh,
just
okay.
can't go anywhere at this point.
Yeah, it's not like I was
Which,
going anywhere anyway.
yeah,
It's stuck to
Like
her.
the only hindrance is if we were to attack the little mimic, we'd have disadvantage, right?
no, because you're not restrained. You're just grappled.
Oh, I thought that was
Okay.
part of the grapple condition, that if you
Yeah.
attacked anyone else other than the grappler, you had a disadvantage.
You know
I
what?
never
Let me-
remember
Yeah,
which.
Let
is
me
which.
check that real quick.
All
But
right,
in
while
any
you
case,
do that, I'm going to
yeah,
take a
exactly.
swing at the
You're going to
mimic.
attack it anyway, so don't worry about it.
You know what? You're hey, Matters. Thanks. You're right about that. You have disadvantage on
Okay.
attack rolls other than the grappler.
All right, so that may matter if I do my weapon mastery. I have a 17 to hit the big guy.
Okay. All right. All right. That will do it.
All right. So that's going to be 5 slashing to the big guy.
Okay.
And then because I hit him, I do still get to take a swing at the little guy, but this one's going to be at disadvantage.
You get to cleave through.
Yep. And that's going to be an 8 to hit the little one with disadvantage.
The little one, unfortunately, that will miss.
All right. Yes, my halberd kind of sweeps past the plate as it turns at an angle to just avoid my strike.
Okay. All right. All right. And you see it. You see it kind of like teeth snapping. Before it gets to respond to that, the big mimic is going to go. It is going to continue. No pun intended. Buffeting. I guess buffeting.
Ha ha.
Ilmir and Kiri with bludgeoning attacks. And this time around, it is going to try to bite Gingli. Here we go.
Hey, take me to dinner first. We're already here. Wow.
Yeah, in communist forgotten realms, dinner eats dinner. Let's see. Carrie, that is going to be a miss on you.
Okay.
That's going to be awful close. Ilmir, hold on. What is its bonus again? That is going to be just a miss on you. Gingli, I've got some bad news. I'm going to crit on you.
I would like to use my inspiration, please.
Wait, what was that?
I'd like to use my heroic inspiration if possible.
Ooh, unfortunately, that only affects your rolls. It doesn't re-roll opponent's dice. Does anybody have anything else, like a reaction that they can use, though? No? Okay.
So I guess just to clarify from earlier, so I can give allies the re-roll, but I can't for you? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Now, wait a minute. Gingli, do you have any more second level spell slots left?
I am all out of reactions. I already
All
used
out
one.
Okay, all right. You used your silvery barbs earlier, so okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, let's
okay.
see. That's
Bring it on.
48. Holy smokes. Okay, so the bite is first of all going to do 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh, and that's not too bad. And an additional 4 points of acid damage.
Okay, I am down.
Oh no. Okay. I rolled really well on
hear,
the piercing.
Fine. We got this.
All right. And down you go. Let's see. The little mimic, the plate is going to continue snapping at you, Kiri. But you know what? You weren't too worried about that one. Plus, it is going to miss. And then let's see. The two adventurers, they're going to make their way out the door. And they will live to fight another day. The father and daughter are going to start dashing out. And they're going to make it to about here. Hold on. No, they're dashing, so they're going to be able to make it a little further than that. My mistake. They'll make it to about here. Okay. And then at this point, everyone in the kitchen is out of view. And so, Gingley, you're down. Please make a death saving throw.
A 1.
Zach, okay.
Can you hear me?
A 1?
Oh.
Oh my
I rolled
God.
1.
Okay, 2 failures. Oof.
So I got
all right. Okay. All
2
right.
of those. Right.
You've
Alrighty.
Let's see. We've got no more focus points. You're still raging. Okay. All right. You could make it to this. I think if you could take this thing out, you might make it before Gingley has to make more death saves. Sprig, you see Gingley like fall to the ground after taking a big bad bite.
I got it. And Sprig will dash over here. Right? That puts me next to him.
Yep.
And I didn't know how diagonals worked right now.
No, it's just regular movement.
I will grab him and say, "Man, I bet you wish you had shared your friggin' mac and cheese with us now." Anyway, I will, and I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Awesome.
For
yeah, I come to and I'm like,
13 points of healing.
Worth it. I'm sharing.
How much was that way?
13.
All right. Okay.
Thank you very much.
13 hit points back, and you're still down on the ground, but your eyes flutter open, and you are conscious again.
Oh, I'm really close to where that mac and cheese got thrown too. So now I'm thinking about eating that mac and cheese because you started
crawling
over. Now I'm hungry.
It's on the other side of the table, I think.
Yeah, it's like right under
yeah.
here. Did you like slide it under the stairs or something?
Well, I was sitting here. I slid it right here because I thought I thought they'd be open underneath, but it just smashed into it. So mac and cheese just sprayed everywhere.
You can absolutely do. Yeah, I mean it's within crawling distance at the very least.
Just like handfuls of noodles.
Let's see.
And actually, if I'm, maybe I'll retort what I did. I will move to here because that puts me in contact with the big guy, right?
It absolutely does.
With 2 weapon fighting, I'll hit him with my sickle.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, hold on. Cure Wounds was your action though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but my bonus action is my second weapon of fighting. So with a light weapon, I can use my bonus action for an attack.
You can.
Is that how it looked?
Well, hold on. Do you have the 2? What is it? The 2 weapon?
2 weapon fighting. When you take an action. It's when you take an attack action.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like most 2 weapon fighting relies on you taking an attack action.
Well, then never mind. I don't move there. All right.
Did you want to take back the Cure Wounds?
No, I'm fine.
All right. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
No. All right. And
not trying to keep you down or anything, Zach. Just wanted to make sure we were not trying to
priority.
Oh, you don't want to keep? You want to not Cure Wounds and a guy with 2 death saves?
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody's making an informed decision here. Okay, so let's see. You still have your bonus action and a bit more movement, don't you, Wei?
Right there. All right, we're good.
Okay, all right. Let's see. This thing. I'm gonna say. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna make a couple of rolls here. Okay. You hear some more screaming coming from the kitchen. There is the sound of like a fire flaring up. And you get the sense that maybe they're handling that mimic a bit better than they were the last time you saw them. But before anything else happens, Ilmir, you're up. What would you like to do now?
Can anybody guess what I'm going to do?
You gotta punch twice, punch this big mimic, or you gotta try to. I mean, you could punch this mimic, or you could also take care of the little one. Your choice.
No, I'm going to keep punching the big guy.
All right, focus that fire. Let's see it.
The fairy fire. Is that concentration or not? Concentration?
Yeah, I guess if I go unconscious, is it dropped?
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. So unfortunately, yeah. Thank you very much for that. No more
advantage for us.
No.
All right, so here we go. Okay, that's a dirty 20.
Okay, absolutely a hit.
It's gonna be 5 damage.
All right.
All right. I am going to use my bardic inspiration on this roll.
Okay, excellent.
That was, I think, it's an 11. I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
But did you say?
Oh wait.
12?
Yeah. 11 plus 1, right? So yeah, 12 does hit.
All right, so that hit.
Okay, let's see it.
And I rolled a 1 on the damage, so 3 more damage.
Oh, okay. All right. Whittling away at this thing.
I think,
every hit point counts.
It's just the way the thing. Maybe I'm just getting kind of like more stuck, and my one arm is kind of stuck, and I'm just kind of trying to like reach over and punch. This is not being very as effective as I'd like it to be.
Sure. You punch and it actually sticks a little bit to the thing. It takes you a little bit
Right,
to rip it away.
punch, even though it's like, I guess the only thing that's helping me is that my fists are on fire.
Otherwise, yeah, there you go.
Stuck to the mimic, but
this is making me think of a mousetrap monster.
Not adhere to it.
Nice. What was that, Zach?
So this is making me think of a mousetrap monster. That sounds kind of fun.
Oh, sure. Yeah, there you go.
Any melee is just stuck to it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. And let's see. Matters. That's it for Ilmir, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm stuck, and that was my action bonus action.
Kiri, what are you up to?
All right. So realizing that I no longer have advantage against this thing, it's no longer glowing from the fairy fire. Kiri's gonna go reckless on this one.
Hey.
And go swing at this thing again. And as she does, I completely forgot she had this. You see her eyes kind of go like suddenly black. She has Divine Fury, so that will add if I hit.
All right.
So she's gonna go ahead and take her attack with advantage because of reckless. And that is a whole 12 to hit.
That is enough. That will absolutely do it.
All right. So with her 12, that's going to be 6 slashing damage to this big mimic with an additional 2 necrotic.
Ooh.
And then she swings over to the little guy. And that is also with advantage. That's a 21.
Hits. Roll your damage.
Yeah, and that's going to be 5 slashing.
5 points. Guy. Okay. All right. You managed to like chip away a little chunk of this plate, and the chip, as it's flying through the air, again, it goes from being stiff to like soft, and then it splatters onto the ground. But this thing still has some fight to it. Let's see. Kiri, are you going to stay where you are? You're gonna kind of keep on
staying where I am. Yep, I'm exactly where I want to be.
Okay. Your reckless attack has caught this thing's attention. You're attacking with this wild fury, and it is going to focus its fire on you. So let's see. That is going to be, and I'm going to say actually, no, you're still kind of stuck to it, but you're kind of being whipped around as these table legs all focus on Kiri, the bite as well.
Okay.
Oh, and it's gonna have advantage on all that, right?
Actually, it does have advantage because she was reckless.
Okay, all right. So let's roll all of these at once. That's a hit. That is a hit. And that is a hit. So good news. I did not critically hit on any of those, but I did hit on all 3 of them. So the pseudopods, first of all, you're going to take 14 points of bludgeoning damage altogether from the pseudopods. Cut that down to 7.
Yep.
The bite will do 7 points of piercing damage. Cut that down to 3. And then an additional 4 points of acid damage as the acids in this thing start to corrode at your flesh when it bites.
All right. So running through that one more time, it's 7 after the first attack with the reduction, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then, I'm sorry, run the second one by me again.
Yeah, no worries. 7 for the first one, plus an additional 3 piercing damage. That's already cut in half. And then an additional 4 points of acid damage. That's 14 points of damage altogether.
Okay. Yeah, no, Kiri's looking like she's having the time of her life. She finally found something good to fight.
Awesome, awesome. You're taking these hits. There's a
Yeah,
hiss as you like your
it's
skin starts to
finally
corrode
paying
and
attention to
boil.
her. Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice, awesome. Let's see. The little itty bitty mimic committee, is going to, yes, take another bite at you, also, Kiri. And that one is going to hit. You're going to take that 1 point of piercing plus 2 points of acid damage as these mimics just kind of converge on you.
All right.
Let's see. And
She's
then
down to 6, so she's not looking great, but she's feeling great.
that's awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, the worse you get, like the better you feel, right?
Yep.
Get me within that 1 hit point range, and I'll be super happy. Okay, father and daughter, let's see, father and daughter, can they make it 10, 20, 30? They dash out and get out of the squall rider. So at this point, let's see, at this point, it is just the 4 of you fighting this giant mimic out here. There are some employees that are kind of like going around to tables and just taking trays and slapping pieces of silverware and other plates. They seem to be doing okay. Let's see. And again, at this point, you're not exactly sure what is going on in the kitchen, but it is beginning to smell like burnt something in there. Gingley, you're up. What would you like to do?
Yeah, so I'd like to imagine as I get hit, I'm kind of like leaning back, I get healed, and, anime style kind of set up, and I'm like, hey man, that was pretty metal. You need to see how metal I can get, and I'm gonna cast Shatter behind it.
Oh, all right, fantastic.
So I'd like to do it kind of like, something like this. That way, it's not hitting anybody, but I don't know if you can see the.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. It's going to be a 15 con save.
That is a con save, right? Okay, let's see. Give me 1 second here. This thing is pretty decent constitution-wise, but that is not going to be enough to do it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Let's see what we get here. Ooh, pretty high. So that's 13. 18 points of...
18? Oh, my God.
Yeah, 18 points of thunder damage.
That's going to be really, really close. Hold on for 1 second here. Got to do the maths. 5 plus 8 altogether. It is clinging on to dear life as the platform behind it explodes with the shatter. You see it begin to stagger, and its grip on the 3 of you begin to loosen. Again, there's this sort of explosion of food and wood behind it as that shatter just booms throughout the squall rider. And it was you said it was this little, like these 4 squares back here, right? 5 foot radius, was it?
10 foot. So it would be this
10 foot.
Yeah, these 4 spaces here.
Okay. I'm gonna say that pretty much renders like this lower corner of the platform like difficult terrain as that just gets destroyed. Okay, now, Gingley, anything else?
Well, this is more of a rule of cool type question. Sure. I do have jump still. Can I get like underneath it and jump, like launch myself, 30 feet up, but underneath it to try and get like a bonus action or something ram attack?
I love that idea. I'm going to say that yes, you can. You're going to need to make an athletics check to see how well you do this.
Okay. Ooh, +1. So.
This thing has literally like
16.
a handful of hit points. 16. Hold on. I gotta make an opposed strike check against this. Oh God. Okay. What does it look like? Now, this thing has 2 hit points left.
Oh, okay.
First of all, I'm gonna say you successfully, like, you dive under there, you put your back to this thing, and you jump.
Yeah.
The ceiling of the Squall Rider, I'm gonna say, is like 12 feet, so you can make it pretty high. What does it look like when you launch yourself underneath this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna get underneath. I'm like, because it's my hit song. I gotta quote it, right? I'm like, I'm with the card, and I get underneath, and I got horns, so they're sticking up, and horny, and jumping up, and trying to stab it underneath with my horns.
Okay,
Beautiful.
all right.
I got a hard head, and I'm horny because I have horns.
Let's see. Let's see. You're gonna do 1 point of blood, 1 point of piercing damage. We're gonna consider this sort of an unarmed
I do
attack.
have a ream attack. I wasn't sure if I could use that. It's 1d6 plus 0 bludgeoning damage.
You know what? Roll your d6. Let's see how much you get.
Okay, yeah, it says if I use my head and horns to make an unarmed strike, I can.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I got 4.
Okay, that is enough to do it. Your horns kind of pierce this thing. Let's see, Sprig, Elmir, and Kiri, you kind of like watch as Gingley dives under this thing. You see it lift up into the air, and as your horns kind of pierce it and it hits the ceiling, it just splats in this horrible puddle of goo that comes raining down on all of you in hard chunks. You manage to take this thing out though, and Gingley, you like land in the middle of all of this stuff that's beginning to hiss and dissolve.
I'm glad it wasn't. And I was thinking it might accidentally be like like the SpongeBob movie where SpongeBob's dangling from the ceiling with the wire. He's just
gets stuck there.
My horns are stuck in the ceiling. I'm like, guys.
You had like, it was 1d6 plus 0, right? You had a 1 in 6 chance of like just this thing squeaking by with 1 more hit point, but you rolled high enough, took this thing out. As chunks kind of like fall and like ooze and drip from the ceiling down towards you, you all kind of, the rest of the employees, they managed to take out all of the smaller mimics that have kind of sprung up. You're left catching your breath, and from inside the kitchen you hear one more yelling out, somebody help, we've got an employee injured here. As let's see, where is it? The sort of head cook comes running out, calling for aid. The other employees, they kind of start collecting themselves. Do any of you want to respond to this call for help?
I can healing word if needed, or if someone else wants to do something. But I have one spell
I'm
slot left.
fighting a plate.
Oh, that's true. You've got a plate. You've got a plate.
Yes,
listen.
plate.
That plate has it looks like it just has 3 hit points left. I'm not super worried about it. I'm gonna say like collectively you're able to take this thing out. Like the giant one was sort of the biggest threat here. I'm gonna say actually that as you're walking by, an employee's gonna come along and take a tray, just kind of like poof, bat the plate away from you.
Nice.
And Gingley or Sprig, either of you want to like run over? Okay, Sprig gives you a gesture. Gingley, are you gonna run over into the kitchen then and see what's going on?
No, I'm just gonna throw a healing word. I don't feel like I'm hurting.
Oh, okay, all right.
On health, but I'm just gonna. Hey, good job. Or just something just to say it, right? Nothing that
sure. Well,
he's not playing the cool guy act right now. He's more just like, oh. So
no worries.
I'll just throw a healing word out their way if that's okay.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you can now. Mind you, the person who's injured is actually in the kitchen, and I'm just gonna kind of.
Oh, is that not like here in the middle?
Yeah, it's in here, but there are a series of walls that kind of enclose, so you can't quite see what's going on inside. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll go up here.
Yeah, it's easy enough for you to like walk over there though, and you notice that like first of all, the folks in there, they've got like burn marks and char marks kind of all over their outfits. The edges of their outfits are singed. There is something that is kind of like dying inside an oven, and it is the mimic that they have managed to push through there and taken care of. But you do see that Elias is down on the ground. He is moaning. He is just barely holding on to consciousness. Mr. Washi looks at you imploringly and says, "Healy, healy," to hopefully get your help reviving Elias. And you're going to throw a healing word out there?
Well, that earned a cure wounds. I liked that.
Oh.
I got a healy. It's gonna. So, let's see here. Healy for 7.
Okay, fantastic. Elias's eyes, like, flutter open. You see him take this deep intake of breath, and the dwarf kind of springs up, seated on the floor. With all of these creatures taken care of, the staff and the chefs gather you all together. And, they don't have any potions or anything. They don't have any magic capabilities, but they do start tending to you, making sure that you're all okay. They bring you food and water if you want a bite to eat, certainly
I need
water
mac
to
and
drink.
cheese stat.
Another cheesecake.
Sure. You know what? If you ask for it, the staff will kind of take care of you. The two chefs will run back into the kitchen, and you hear them like calling up to another kitchen up above to send more of these dishes down. You're able to catch your breath, and Elias, kind of being brought back to consciousness, is super grateful. Everybody after making sure that no more of these mimics are running rampant. They all kind of gather up to this section where you were all fighting this big mimic, and you see the chefs like trying to, you know, uh, what's the word? Reassure the rest of the staff. Uh, the head chef, an individual, a halfling named Pepardelli, she comes out and makes a speech to everybody. Everybody, good job taking care of our clientele, and thank you certainly so much to all of these adventurers for protecting us and acting on behalf of everybody here at the Squall Rider. We don't know what happened here. We don't know where all of these things came from. But rest assured, we shall be working with the Order of Agretinui to investigate, make sure that everything, wherever these things came from, that is found out, and that this doesn't ever happen here in the Squall Rider again. You can see that she's actually kind of at a loss for words. Nobody's really sure, like, what happened, like where these creatures came from. But y'all are tended to. You all are, they make sure that you all are okay. How do you all kind of react to what just happened? All of this mayhem and chaos that erupted around you.
This just gave Gimli the perfect idea for a music video for Rock Hard and Horny. He's been putting it off, but he's like, this is pretty cool. Like, I mean, like, this is crazy this happened, but the cinematics, the different shots we can get, and it ended up with the piercing through the heavens horn attack. That's what it's called now. To finish it off, like, that's gonna be a good music video. So he's kind of going around like asking, like, are you willing to give up the rights to this story to let me, to tell it properly?
Pepardelli,
he likes telling his story, so, but he does it through music videos and songs. And
sure. The halfling head chef is like looks at you like, rights, usage, royalties. They don't care or know about any of that
Videos?
stuff.
Pull out just a standard, standard contract. Like, you can just sign right here stating you don't want anything from this, series of events. That would be great.
You don't even have to make any kind of persuasion check. They are so shaken after all this that Pepardelli shakily, like, quill in hand, very shakily signs what you put in front of her and just pushes away to, like,
Then,
I don't. That's fine. That's all you.
Second page is they're agreeing that because of the events, they're not too shaken up because he's learned his lesson before, and that they're not signing their rights away because they're under stress or shock,
under duress.
That they are doing this of their own free will.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Yes, there's another shaky signature that gets signed onto that second
And
page.
he just goes around to every single person in the room doing it's not his first rodeo.
Sure. They're not even, they're
Kiri
hardly paying
signed as
attention.
long as you promise to get the part with the vine whip at the beginning.
Well, hey, I mean, you guys can be in the music video if you want. Who needs actors when you can have a real deal?
I think while this is all going on, Ilmir, he's shocked about what happened. This has never happened before. Like, how does plates and come to life or turn into these beasts? Was there some kind of alchemical experience? Was it magical? Did somebody cause it to happen? Was it a natural anomaly? Like, his brain is just firing on all cylinders.
Someone
trying
spiked
to
the
figure
cheesecake.
out how this occurred. But obviously he was bit, so he knows it's not an illusion. He felt the pain. They were real.
Absolutely.
So I guess he's just doing an investigation to try and find any signs of magic use, or just to kind of analyze the substances of the creature to see if there's anything left from, like, did they actually transform from the banquet thing, or were they actually those monsters all along? He has lots of questions.
Go ahead and make that investigation check, and all of you actually can also make an insight check.
Okay, I'm going to use my heroic inspiration here because it was a crap roll. So yeah, I got an 18 on investigation.
Okay, all right, 18 on investigation.
20.
What did you all get? 20 for your insight, Zach? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, insight, not investigation. Insight. 20 insight.
Okay.
Kiri has a 14 on her insight.
14, good.
I gotta tell you, they're all worried about other things. I'm over here trying to negotiate whether or not I can be in this music video with all my background dancer squirrel friends.
Ilmir still is really confused. He has no idea what a video is.
It's a special, like, illusory. It's a special illusory show. Right?
Yeah, we put on a production. We recorded on a crystal. We use a projector to project the stored images in the crystal. It's a series of images that when you put together, it looks like they're moving, and then you add some music to it. It's a whole thing.
You like make some like training videos of me?
I've never considered directing, but my manager Killian's always telling me I'm a star, so maybe I could.
Well, I'm a really good stuntman. If you wanted to do some like cool videos of me doing my stunts. But anyway, I really want to know what's going on with
this. These are DVD crystals, right? They're called DVDs.
Is there something else we can kill?
Real quick, Way and Matters, did you make those insight checks?
I make an insight check as well as the investigation.
You can make an insight check as well. Yeah. Okay. I want to see how many of you succeed.
Okay.
14 on the insight.
14. That's good.
Insight is a 5. Like I said, I'm not trying to do nothing. I'm trying to talk to him. I don't care about this shit.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. Now you all succeeded. The 3 of you succeeded. 3 out of 4 of you succeeded on that insight check. So, Matters, as Ilmir is kind of like looking around, you notice that there is an upturned tray. I'm gonna say it's in the wreckage of where that platform was blasted. And there is something very specific carved in the bottom of that tray. It is a mysterious symbol. Do you all see that in Roll20?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I mean, it's not like it's not on everything. It just seems to be on some of the items. That tray in particular, it wasn't necessarily one of the things that came to life, but like kind of asking around the staff there, it's not something any of them did, and it's not something that is associated with the Squall Rider or any of Egretnui at all.
And they've never seen it before?
Yeah. Nobody's ever noticed it.
That'd be a really cool album cover.
All right.
Quick clarification. Did everything that was alive turn into goo, Or are some of the things that have symbols on them also the ones that we killed?
From what you can tell, everything that sprung to life has kind of dissolved into some sort
Okay.
of goop. Now, with those insight checks, you all notice that the chef that was serving the cheesecake, little guy named Biggles Brandybottom, another halfling, he's looking kind of nervous, and he's fiddling with something in his pocket.
What you got there, buddy?
Having been called out, you see him like turn to you with a little bit of a start, and he says, I'm sorry about this. I wasn't sure exactly how to deal with it, but he pulls out a slip of paper in his hands, and he unfurls it, and he shows it to you, and he says, the dumbwaiter right before everything happened, it set down a tray with this note on it, and I kind of just read it. I didn't know what it meant. I just read it aloud to myself, and then all of a sudden there was this sort of flash from the paper, and I felt this heat kind of coming from it. And the next thing I know, we're being attacked by all of these things. And when you kind of look at the paper, actually, Kiri, you're literate, right?
Yes.
As a high elf, I have to check with barbarians.
Sure,
Because
yes.
barbarians aren't always have the best reading skills. You're a high elf, though, so you look at the this slip of paper, and it says, "The waves shall rise and drag all into its depths." And it's got that same little triangular X-ish symbol kind of like etched down on the, not etched, but like written down on the bottom below that phrase.
Carrie just looks at this and looks around at the group and says, all right, so this means that there is somebody upstairs that we need to kill.
The Kiri's words, fill the space. The chefs look at each other uncomfortably. The staff all kind of look at each other like, oh, there's more to this. And you all kind of glance at one another. Again, this is not your first rodeo. None of your first rodeos. You are all seasoned adventurers. And you all look at each other kind of thinking the same thing. There's something more to this. And there is, like you said, Kiri, likely another problem that needs to be dealt with. Something beyond what you've seen here now. However, that is going to be a story for another day. Everybody, congratulations on surviving the mayhem and the Squall Riders. Thank you all for playing. For everybody watching, thanks all for joining us and catching our inaugural game. I hope you all enjoyed the scenario. We will be doing more of these GM actual plays. And if you like what you see, you like what you hear, you'd like to play with any of us, please check out check out the details for D20, the D20 Cruise 2027. And if you feel so inclined, book yourself passage. It's going to be a fun time. We disembark from Los Angeles in April of next year. And it is an awesome time. You get 7 days of sailing, just surrounded by gamers, playing games, and doing all of these amazing things, that you would normally do on a cruise, but with a ton, like a gaming community built into it. It is an experience unlike any other. And that is the end of our session. Everybody, let's do one more round of introductions. Let everybody know where they can find you online. Let everybody know what you're up to. If there's anything you'd like to promote, please feel free to do so. Rachel, let's start with you.
Yeah, hi. So I'm Rachel. Online, you can find me as Rachel Writes Things, both on my personal website and on Facebook and Patreon. And I do run online games throughout the year. So if you are interested in playing, please do check out my website at www.rachelwritesthings.com. There is an player interest form that you can sign up for. And I am currently taking new players for what will be a twice a month running game. It's a level 1 to 20 campaign, Dreams of the Red Wizards. So we're going to be starting that this fall. We have a couple players returning from a prior level 1 to 20 campaign. So we have a model that we know works. We have some great players on board who are a lot of fun to interact with. And we're just looking for a few more people. So if you think that might be you, again, do check out my website and Facebook, and they will all send you to all of the links that you need to learn more about that. And if that's not quite your speed, I also have a general player intro form where you can fill in some details about what kind of a game you might like to play. And I will connect with you if I have something that fits what you're looking for. So again, Rachel writes things online, and I had a blast. Jay, thank you for running a great game.
Yeah, thanks for playing. Glad you could make it today.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. And looks like we've got that link posted in the Twitch chat as well. So
Perfect. Thank
if
you.
you're listening in, feel free to look in there, check that out. Zach, where can people find you? What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm finally done with traveling and doing stuff all over the place. Gen Con was the last one for a while. So I'm resuming. I've been writing a bunch of different kids adventures. Right now I'm working on a monster camp one where basically you play as a monster camp counselor or camp kids, and then you'll also be a camp counselor, if you're working with kids. And the whole thing is just monsters earning badges and interacting with humans sometimes. So I'm working on a D&D and Daggerheart version for that. So I'm hoping to be, I'm pretty far into it, so I'm hoping to be wrapping that up really soon. But also, mainly I'm running games at my private practice, Dragon's Den Counseling. You can find more information on that at dragonsdencounseling.com if you're based in Ohio. Otherwise, if you want to check it out, hopefully it gets, this is sometimes people want to work with a mental health therapist and it's hard to. There are fun, weird, nerdy, geeky ways to do therapy, and that is how I do my therapy stuff, is through games and doing fun, silly stuff. So check out my website, hopefully get some inspiration and maybe see if there's someone like you doing that kind of stuff where you're at, because sometimes it can be scary getting help, but if you can have fun while doing it, it makes it a lot easier and a lot more fun. So
all right, fantastic.
Social media wise, just Dragons Den Council. I don't really have I should probably get us some GM social media stuff going, but usually it's just I post everything on the counseling page, so you can find everything on there.
That's awesome. That totally works too. I like to keep things consolidated into as few avenues as I can, so I'm not like spreading it out too much. So I think you're on the right track. Wei, how about you?
Yeah, I'm the forever DM of Rolling Until Ragnarok. We are actually gearing up to do some really fun stuff this year. We're putting together we always do like mini series every year where like we hit some players on and show off some stuff. We actually just finished up the Daggerheart version of a False Hydra, and I actually had a collection of people who had never heard of what a False Hydra was, and that was a lot of fun watching them figure that out for the first time. So you can go watch that on our YouTube. But we are gearing up to do our first campaign season. It's going to be streamed and recorded and all that stuff. We're going to do it after the new year. We're looking for players and maybe some people who want to be like junior producers and stuff like that for it. Just collection of anybody who wants to work on something and do some fun stuff. You can find us pretty much everywhere at Rolling Until Ragnarok, or you can join my I have a huge server of gamers and people who love TTRPG stuff. Join our community, come hang out with me. I have a huge start playing list of anything. I run games all day long, every day. If you're looking for a fun Daggerheart campaign, I'm the guy to talk to. So please come join our community, be part of it all. Let's go. I also would like to say, if anybody's ever looking for a wonderful producer, because I know she's not going to talk about herself, our wonderful Nilla is the one here producing all of this. And she is looking for side work and side gigs. and she's amazing and the best person ever. So there you go.
Yes, yes, awesome. Definitely, definitely hit up Nilla, hit up Way if you want to get in touch with Nilla, and check out that community. It's full of really, really great folks. Matters. Let's hear from you.
Do you guys hear me okay? I started to get lag again. Am I still with you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. The tabletop role-playing game project I got going on right now, reverierebels.com. We just released our first book called Echoes of the Veil, which is a cyberpunk game that mixes weird magic and all about fighting corporate oppression. And it's beautifully illustrated and written by my dear friend Rafi Marhaba. And you can find all information about the two of us on the Reverie Rebels website, as well as you can purchase the book on that site as well. And if you are in the Philadelphia area, I am starting up my after-school program at Bubs Philadelphia, BUBSPHL.com. We're looking for preteens, 10 to 4, to teenagers, to join that program. And outside of being a DM, I'm also a circus sideshow performer. And I work in this group called the Swidling Brothers. You could check out my website, swidlingbrothers.com, at Swidling Brothers on Instagram. And we have some cool shows coming up, doing this big festival up in Vermont called Blackbeard's Freak Show Festival, as well as performing at the World Oddities Expo in Baltimore and in Syracuse coming up in the next couple of months. So you can find information for that on the World Oddities Expo website, which all those links are available on the chat post.
All right. Fantastic, fantastic. Hopefully you'll make it out to the West Coast one of these days, because I'd love to see one of the Swidling Brothers shows.
Yeah, it's been a minute. We used to come out all the time, but I'd love to come out west and bring the show back.
Yeah, very cool.
Should get them where you guys do it right before we leave for the cruise. That way, all the cruise people will be like, "Let's check out what he's doing before the cruise," and then bam, tickets sold.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. There are a couple of great venues in LA that'd be like.
I'll have to convince a couple other troop mates to make the trip, but with flights and everything be so.
Get them on the cruise too.
Right now, I can't guarantee that.
I am Jay Africa. I am a pro GM and game designer based in the San Francisco Bay Area. You can find me online at Transplant Asian on meta platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. And you can find me at Jay Africa pretty much everywhere else in the socials. Blue Sky is where I kind of lurk and linger the most. If you're interested in rolling dice with me, I DM at Alamo Draft House, New Mission, San Francisco, every third Sunday of the month. And I also run a game at Bacchus and Venus Wine Bar every other Monday. Our next game is this coming Monday. Unfortunately, our spots are full, but we are looking forward to getting some more DMs on board and expanding our table count. It's a great place to just chill, have wine, enjoy a game of D&D with folks around the table. You can also find me, you will also find me rather, hopefully running games, some local games at a couple of stores in the Bay Area for the upcoming Season of Magic, the new D&D Encounter season. Follow me in the socials for locations and when I'll be posting games. There are also a few cons that are coming up here in the Bay Area that I'm very excited to be running games for. Follow me in the socials to see when those are happening. We can roll dice together there, or seriously, if you've never been to a con, check it out. They're a lot of fun, and it's a great place to meet people and play just games all weekend. And with that, I think that brings our inaugural session of, our D20 GM live play to a close. Keep your eyes out on the D20 Cruise Discord for the announcement for when the next game is going to be. We're going to be rotating through the various GMs of the cruise, and so some of us may come back. You may see a completely different cast of characters, likely a whole new GM, and we shall see what kind of chaos erupts then. In the meanwhile, thank you all for joining us. Take care, and until the next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.